You know what it is. IZM Sports, episode 82. Man, we just rocking, moving right along. Coach, Dr. Coach Eric Harrield.
Hey, it's a beautiful day, brother Hakim.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, man. Why so, Coach?
Hey, the Nets are moving forward. They're moving forward.
The Nets are moving forward. A lot going on in Brooklyn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like the way it's looking.
Spliff Daddy, what up, brother?
What up, Spliff?
Hakim, Coach, what's up?
What's happening?
Man, we got a lot to talk about, man. It's so much going on in the world of sports. However, there's also a lot going on in the world of entertainment / rap music business / hip hop. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Takeoff.
Yeah.
From the group the Migos.
Yeah.
Man, incredible loss. Huge loss. Major loss. And it's just another sign of the times. Unfortunately, another example to hopefully help us push us in the right direction, man. You know,
nonsense you should add too. Nonsense.
Just so many of us are just dropping like flies, man, for just BS reasons, for no reason at all. And I don't want to take too much time speaking on it, but I think it's just something that has to be addressed. The hip hop culture, black and brown people, the lack of love we have for each other, the lack, of appreciation for life that we have. It's just sad, bro. So that said, I started a company called 24 Hours of Peace some time ago to assist the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, in his initiative, Violence is a Public Health Issue. And we created this company, this program, this festival to just raise the vibration, market the culture around peace, love, unity, safety, having fun, as opposed to death and destruction. And this past 24 Hours of Peace, we had an incredible lineup. Fabio Foreign, Too Rare, Rowdy Rebel, Fabulous, G Herbo, CL Smooth, Mr. C, Faith, Queen Latifah, local Newark artists, all came together to say peace, love, unity, safely having fun. And hopefully we can just get that message to resonate a little louder and more impactful, so we could change some of these lives that desperately need it. Because money ain't the thing, as you see.
Nah.
You can have millions of dollars. You still won't escape, the BS. Right. You won't escape the BS unless you change your thinking. That said, you know how we do every week here. Put up a video. I want you to like, subscribe, invite, hit the bell, share the stream, bring people into the conversation. This video is called Real Hip Hop for the People. It was shot at 24 Hours of Peace. We released it last week. And, unfortunately, it's so relevant. It's just so relevant, Real hip hop for the people.
Unity. And watch them add on. It's a culture. It's not just rapping. It's not what we do. It's how we do it. We're doing it right here. Springfield Avenue between Bergen and Plum. 24 hours straight, man. It's crazy.
We the people. The people of the culture.
Yeah, Ron Lawrence. Fire.
The hip hop culture.
Yo, we love rap.
Yes,
love
we
it. Yeah, we do. But it's really about the culture.
Yeah, let them know how.
The realness. The culture.
Yeah. What up, man?
You know a hard head makes it soft behind. If I only knew my schoolwork like I knew them rhymes. Mom upside my head, I'm trying to memorize every line. High power rap breaks, super rhymes. Deep into the culture, didn't even know it. Young entrepreneurs spitting bars like a poet in a rush to be mature behind bars when we blow it. In the bold act rappers too immature to outgrow it. It was more than just music, something next to breathing. I get giddy like a baby trying to spit while I'm feeding. The mic I be squeezing, dropping facts like a I'm teaching, leaking flows for the perfect beat seeking. Mama used to say, take your time, young man. But I'm trying to feel a light so you can see when I tan. I'm like one I never ran. I'm a fan, but never stand. Just take it backwards to the east, Xing out the clan.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Pueblo Unido, grassroots Steve Biko. Rule number one, never forget the people. I live that, I get back. Heart all in it, no gimmick, straight facts. From the start, I'm the light from the dark. Born from black art, knew my part. Daddy gave me, mama made me. North raised me, hip hop saved me. For the culture now, for the black and brown. Harriet Underground, sun up to sundown. Till my people get out, north to down south, spread like word of mouth. While you cowards is hooded, we battle the bullet. Black lives to the fullest. Out here to the end, stronger together, that's the day we win.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
Yeah. But no one stopped to think about the people.
The legends before me are ones I want to get it like, but hitting quick hit different when hitting right. Mob ties, this thing of ours is birthrights. Who's next for the culture and them searchlights? Doing to it, this music, I'm trying to talk through it. Every plan on my own, I watch the lie do it. Airborne to Skiki, like a Wendell Pruitt. Trumpets blow, this song's here, melodic ruins. Think for it before they have to think for 'em. Boom bap, I talk that and live enormous. Informants when present in your boy performing, especially when them drums snap by Brian Lawrence. Doing all that poet talk of the line crosser. Mini hawk and I speed by and flying saucers. Make it worth it, I can't take no feeble offers. Signed, sealed, and delivered, and you know the offer.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are. Yeah, the people.
That was Real Hip Hop for the People by your boy Hakim Green, featuring Amiri Baraka Jr. Amiri Baraka Jr. The
That was dope, yo. That was dope. That's the first time I saw that. That's dope. Yo.
That's the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's dope, yo.
Yeah, big shout out to Do It All Kelly. Of course, G. Simone, Ron Lawrence on the track, Rock Davis, video director. You know, big shout out to everybody who participated in this year's 24 Hours Apiece. Fabio Foreign, Too Rare, G Herbo, Fabulous, Mr. C, CL Smooth, Queen Latifah, Faith, all the local artists from North New Jersey who came through and blazed the stage. Khalil Gibran, Poppy Stores, Zenith Stars. Too many to names. I ain't gonna try to play myself and try to name everybody. But that was this year's 24 Hours Apiece. We're actually working on the documentary right now. 24 Hours Apiece presents Real Hip Hop for the People, the documentary, where we talk about the initiative, Violence is a Public Health Issue. We talk about the organization, the Department, Office of Violence Prevention and Trauma Recovery, which was established by the mayor to fight, trauma-related issues relative to violence and crime, and just try to create support for our people as they go through these trying times and come up with solutions to fight back against the madness. And that's what 24 Hours Apiece represents. Also, the Brick City Peace Collective, big shout out to them. Everybody in Newark that's dedicated to fighting back. I don't like the term black on black crime, but we know what we're talking about. Just us showing the love for each other that we should, just trying to give folks an example of that. And that's what 24 Hours Apiece was established to do. Just create the contrary narrative to what mainstream media is pushing, So that said, look us up, check us out. 24 Hours Apiece, Real Hip Hop for the People documentary coming real soon. That was the video. Okay, Rest in peace. Take off. Our condolences to the families, everybody associated with him and involved in the tragedy. You know, our hats off to you. You know, condolences. Okay. We're gonna do NFL or NBA. Which y'all want to rock with? We'll do NBA first.
Yeah, probably start there first.
All right. So I know you brought up Brooklyn. And Steve Nash get moved around.
Mm-hmm.
And word has it, you know, it was your man Kyrie
that said he had to go.
Yeah, I mean, not so much that he said he had to go. It's just that
they needed a different voice.
It's been compounded from show me where you got Kobe's MVP trophies. There's a story that's out that Kyrie Irving made Steve Nash wait 20 minutes in the rain. Somehow Steve Nash, it's just, you know, Kyrie really treating Steve Nash like, you know, he's the two-time MVP, current coach of the, well, as of late, not so much. But, you know, Kyrie just being disrespectful. Then you got the vaccine issue. You know, you got the taking time off unannounced. You got coaching by committee. You got
we don't need a coach.
We don't need a coach. We got
a lot of disrespect. A lot of
disrespect. And it's just the whole windstorm of controversy. Even though in this last little bit, you know, I tend to side with Kyrie on, you know, Hebrews and Negroes. You know, on that particular, you know, but you know, they say a broken clock is right twice a day, coach.
True indeed.
Right. So it all culminated today with Steve Nash in Brooklyn Nets parting ways.
Yeah, I mean, I think they needed a new voice. And remember, that was one of KD's. That was his position.
One of his early requests, yeah.
You know, and look, we saw last year, I'm sure we mentioned several times, there was some game management situations that Steve Nash didn't handle well that may have cost him games. And, you know, the way they started out this season just didn't look good. Mm-hmm. It was like...
But I mean, but how much of that is KD and Kyrie? Because, you know,
they both averaging over 30.
All right. Now, if we're going to talk about
it.
I'm just... All right. I'm sorry, Cliff. No. Hold on a second, Cliff. I just want to put a bookmark in. If we talk in numbers, let's keep it consistent. All right. They averaging what they averaging. Okay, Cliff, I'm sorry.
No, they averaging what they averaging, but they playing like trash. Look, everybody's culpable, and the decision to fire him or for him to leave had to be made. Like Coach said, which is absolutely right. They need a new voice. Kyrie needs to be reined in at some point because he's just dropping bombs, and now he's really teetering on dangerous grounds. And now everybody's waiting for the next bomb to drop, the next whatever it is. But this team, they don't have too many shots, yo. They really need to rein this in, get focused, and utilize the talent and materialize into some wins. Because like you said, you can go talking about numbers if you want. Numbers don't mean nothing. Especially with this team. They can't play no defense. They can't stop nobody. They almost got swept by Indiana over the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, they was close to losing last night's game. So, Listen, Ime I think he's probably one of the only cats that can come in there and really, because he has relationships with all these cats. You know what I'm saying? And I think the respect factor, at least from Kyrie, is going to be there. Hopefully,
man, it better be Draymond Green respect.
Well, you know, if I think Ime should have got the position before, but the reason they give, the black coach needs some head coaching experience. He went and got the head coaching experience. Now he's back. So I think we're where should have been in the first place. You know, with Kyrie, he has to respect you, or it's going to be really hard to deal with him. And you know, with his statements,
How do you not respect Steve Nash, bro?
I mean, as a coach, you can respect him as a player, but as a coach, how can you respect him really? He's never coached anything or anybody.
But that wasn't that Kyrie and KD's decision to bring him in.
No, it was KD's decision.
Oh wow, so Kyrie just sabotaged his man.
No, I'm not. No, I don't think he said
he sabotaged his man by making that statement, but by saying he don't need a coach. He basically was telling the public the justification of why KD chose Steve Nash. Exactly. That's at least how I took it.
Exactly. That's how I take it. I take it. KD was like, look, this the dude who works me out. We got a good relationship. We basically can do what we want. Kyrie was like, all right, cool. Then my man came in there and he actually tried to coach, as a coach would do, since they're hired to coach. And it didn't work, you know, because it's like, yo, KD, I thought, you know, he was just going to let us do what we want to do. So, you know, it just didn't.
I mean, Kyrie doing what he wanted. Kyrie did what he wanted to do. He took time off when he wanted to take time off. That's
where the disrespect came from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When he wasn't being able to run amok and was being questioned. Yeah, you're right. He still did what he wanted to do, but he was basically flexing his muscles by all the digs and whatever, and the way he treated Steve Nash. That's all.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because I think that the comments on Judaism was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Hey, you got to read the room.
Yeah, you got to read. Right. So you just answered my question. Like, you know, again, Kyrie as leader, though I may agree with you on this particular point, my standing is not the same as Kyrie Irving's.
Right.
You know, the Hebrew Israelites on the corner is not the star captain or co-captain of the Brooklyn Nets. So it's, though you may be right or you may resonate with a certain thing. I remember I had put something out one time, and Coach E hit me up on the inbox and was like, "That's not your brand. That's not your brand. Like, I expect a certain messaging from you, whether you agree with something or not. How it looks on the outside. Now I'm just little old me. When you got somebody making $37 million a year for one of the, you know, it's a $1 billion franchise,
right?
You know, you might want to not send that tweet out."
And not only that, what's going on right now, like literally right now, in regards to anti-Semitism, in regards to entertainers, you know, just read the room.
Yeah.
And he's not. It's not looking like he's trying to back down. So this is.
He finally took the tweet down. He finally took it down.
Yeah, but they silenced him, coach, is what I'm saying. Like which is why they put Steve in front of the mic last night instead of him. When Kyrie, when they ultimately put the mic in front of Kyrie, what is he gonna say?
But the thing is, how he answered the boy's question, the reporter's question,
was absolutely right.
It was absolutely right. He did. It's just that now that you've sent it out, I'm going to take you somewhere where you don't even. I'm going to take you where I want to take you.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you an anti-Semite, even though what you're saying is not technically anti-Semitic, because of what Coach was saying about these other issues floating around the room itself, like reading the room. It's funny you said that because I know Kanye. I have a decent relationship with him. When I see him, it's all good. I was doing a literacy program with Do It All Out in Newark, New Jersey in 2015, I believe, 2014. And I was out at South by Southwest, trying to get some drops and get some celebrity cosigns. Ran into Ye. Oh, Ye, I need you to do this, that, and third, doing this literacy program out in Newark. And he was like, Hakim, you know I'm a notorious non-reader, don't you? You don't read checks? You don't read contracts?
No,
you don't You don't read the room.
And he said nope to all the three.
Actually, he gave me this look. He gave me this look that I know oh so well. All right, I'll give it. He gave me the drop. It's actually on my IG feed for those folks who want to hop over to Hakim Green on my IG and scroll down. You'll see Kanye giving us a shout out for our literacy program, even though he's a non-reader.
Right.
So reading the room was the point.
Reading the room is key. Even with Kyrie posting what he posted, it was like, okay, one, did you either read the book or watch the film? You know, or is it something that came up? You like the title, you like the synopsis that you saw, and posted it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things we don't know and won't know.
Well, he said someone told him that his name meant Yahweh in Hebrew.
Right.
And so he Googled it. That movie came up, and he just shared the link. And I know there's many times I forget that I share something to Facebook to get back at it later, but I have Facebook and Twitter linked. So everything I share to Facebook goes to Twitter. And if when you tweet it so I might be like, I don't even use Twitter, but you put it on your Facebook. Oh yeah, but that was for me to watch at a later. So he said something to that effect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think he got to do better.
All do.
And my understanding, I haven't read nor watched the film, but my understanding is it gets at several religions. It gets at
it's Islam.
A lot of isms.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I have a problem with, and what I've been having a problem with the past few weeks, is the equity, not equality, the equity, and some of these statements that are being made, and it's not the same outcry, when their other factions are involved. We have to look at that.
Don't you being nice right now. Cut
I am.
Right. When it comes to black folks, there's not the same pushback on the negativity. And the answer that I have for that is because we're not in ownership position. If we were in ownership position,
and owners are outraged, and sponsors are outraged, and all, and the money is that's when
But I put up a video on IG. This dude, he drops jewels all the time, a crazy New York cat, and it was basically like Kanye disrespected the ancestors, and we didn't have a problem with that. We went out and bought more slides. We went out and bought his Yeezys. We went out and supported his thing. He constantly disrespected our people as a whole, and we still supported him. Well, if we're not going to check him, why should they?
Right.
And
that's what's happening more and more. And it's really sad. But this situation that's going on with Kyrie, they're not letting it die. There were people in the stands at last night's game with shirts and signs. They're not letting this die.
No. And that was the front row.
What shirts and signs? What shirts and signs? What it say?
Basically that anti-Semitism shouldn't be tolerated. With the Brooklyn Nets, we talking season ticket holders on the, like Cliff said, front row.
I'm talking about the first 8 seats, Hawk. I'm talking all of them had the same shirts.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Kyrie said something that was very important. When you get into the etymology of a lot of these words, they trace back to African origins.
Yeah, nobody heard that part.
No. They don't want to hear that. They block that part out.
Yeah.
Right. So, even not to turn this into a religious conversation, but even the story of Noah, from which we get the word Shem and then Semite, is steeped in racism,
Mhm.
how it's been used over years, how it's taught. It supposedly explains why people of color are treated the way they do, or the descendants of Ham are treated the way they are.
Right.
Right. And then, when you get into this conversation, you got to play both sides of it, because a lot of folks are coming off as anti-black by denying the Africanness of the Hebrew
nation,
the Islamic religion, the Christian religion. It's actually like they get us on the defensive by going anti-Semite. Like, no, you're being anti-black, anti-African.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
So that's if they want to keep pushing the conversation, it seems as if Kyrie is articulate enough to get certain points off that for those people with an ear to hear, they're gonna get it.
And that's one of the things he said. He's the kind of person that wants the truth out there and wants to push the conversation. And back to your earlier point, Cliff, of them silencing him, I think because his press conference was so articulate and he did make a fool of himself and he made valid points.
Yeah.
That's why they had to silence him. Because I think last night he would have gone even deeper.
Oh yeah.
Because I think he's at this point, hey, look, I got to be ready. I can't come out here and, look like a fool, and he's not all over the place like, say, Kanye is, just
No.
In his explanation.
That's right.
I think they silenced him for a good reason, and it made them look good, but the reason they given, not the real reason.
Yeah.
He was going to open up that can of worm that nobody wants open.
No, they don't.
Now you don't really, and for reference, you guys should YouTube Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen on Gil Noble spanking them around. You also got to check out Dr. John Henry Clark debates rabbi. Just put in Dr. Ben debates rabbi, and separately Dr. Clark debates rabbi. Man, it was giving that workout, hard body, having those hard conversations. That said, back to sports.
Yeah, and back to the Nets. I think they're on the right path now. They're gonna have a good voice, whether it's Jock Vaughn or Ime Udoka. Either one, I think, is a better voice right now. Ideally, I would have loved for it to have been Mark Jackson, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I was surprised he got looks last year, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's
could be better. Posturing, though. Could just be posturing.
Why?
Because how serious did they go? You know what I'm saying? Now, the Ime thing, I'm glad about that, but they saying that may wrap up as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the Nets got a game tonight. We'll see how they play tonight, and then I'm just hoping they can get it together, man.
I mean, look, Ben has looked really bad, and I'm giving him the benefit of doubt. He hasn't played in 2 years, so it does take some time to, knock the rust off.
Well,
but he looks bad.
Well, can I just say, Coach?
You got
he hasn't played in 2 years, but he's playing exactly how he played the last time we saw him play.
Well, because he's not even playing defense now.
He's playing defense. He's just fouling.
He's fouling. He's not moving his feet. Lack of effort. He's not shooting the ball when he should be shooting the ball.
Woo! Yeah.
Man, it's like, what are you doing?
That might be the next blow up, because we already seen. I just thought it just hit me actually, and even talking about it. So in the last game Ben played, Kyrie dimes him. He doesn't shoot it. Kyrie yells, "Shoot the ball!"
Shoot. Yeah.
Next game, Ben doesn't play. Is that an injury, a soreness, or my feelings hurt?
That's a Kyrie saying, keep that boy on the bench. He don't want to shoot the ball.
Yeah, but he brings more value, and they need to utilize him as a playmaking five.
5. Yeah.
And a playmaking 5. And now, granted, they're still not healthy as they need to be. I mean, Joe Harris is back, but Seth Curry's not back yet. They don't have everybody back yet, but they still need to be at least giving effort on defense, yo. Because I think they're like bottom in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. The coach couldn't get them to give an effort.
Well, it's interesting
that's
because
why you know you had to go.
Yeah.
Isn't KD playing more intensity than we're used to seeing from him?
Yeah, he actually is. He was out there. KD been playing, but he's been playing against some guys that's been giving him the business too.
Yeah. The one game I saw, he was getting. He didn't look too good at all. I'm trying to think what game that was, but
yeah,
I think was it the Milwaukee game, maybe?
Milwaukee game.
Right, Giannis, yeah.
D. He was playing D, but Giannis was giving him the business. You know, KD, I know it's late. He's 34, 35, but he might want to invest in the weight room. He might just.
Yeah, it might be too late for that, bro.
Yeah, because the way Giannis abused him. Bad. It was
like
bad.
KD need like another 20, 25 pounds on him, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
But he would have had to gain that like when he was 26, 27, 28.
Right. Now it's like it's a little late.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
And then, hey, the Knicks are competing. I like Jalen Brunson out there.
Yeah.
I like Jalen Brunson. They still have
they can score, and obviously they're gonna play defense when they need to play defense. So I definitely like that balance. But just quickly back to the Nets. It's funny we ain't on the Lakers yet, but the Nets only have 2 wins.
Yeah.
2-6. So I mean, like, you know, they needed for that to happen.
Now.
And exactly. Now. And they got to make, you know, an effort to, you know, get wins out of these performances, and that's going to be, you know, just defense. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been slamming the Lakers, but the Nets haven't really been too much better.
Yeah, I mean, at least the Lakers have been playing D and giving a defensive effort. And look, the Nets lost to Indiana, which is supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league, and almost lost again to them last night.
Yeah,
you know, so the Nets have not looked good with KD and Kyrie averaging 30.
Like, I really think for both teams, Brooklyn and LA, and for the rest of the league in general, it's still real early.
It is real early.
It's still real early. We're not gonna really know what's up until Christmas, and even by All-Star, you can do things to pick things up, make some trades, bring some folks in. You know,
it's early, Hawk. But think about this though: 82 game season. Let's jump on the Lakers real quick. Now they're what 1-6 right now.
Yeah, they got their first win now.
They got their first win, but if you look at their schedule, they can still easily be 1-11, 1-12, or whatever. So even if
they're not losing no more, man.
No. But the thing about
all I'm saying is
that's
10 games.
Here's the thing about the Lakers for me, right? Just looking at them this year, just in a box right now, right? What we have, right? It's early, and they've been playing tough.
They have been.
They've been playing. They look a lot better than last year, even though they've been losing. They're playing defense.
Yeah. And
they have no shooters.
None.
Okay.
No. Why, man? Why you just?
So what's going to change with them?
I think they're going to bring somebody in. I think that they're going to bring somebody in. I think bringing Russ off the bench. I think Russ I think he's going to buy into it.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
With that.
I think that he's going to figure out that he can be that star coming off the bench as the sixth man. That's going to click for him.
And hey, win the Sixth Man of the Year award. You know, that can happen.
That could happen. That adds to your resume. You know, Of course, he's a slam dunk Hall of Famer, but you know, after what he did with the at the triple doubles and the MVPs, to go ahead and get the 6th Man of the Year award, that's kind of big. So if he locks into that, finds pride in that, and leads the shot troops, I think that'll be a great look for the Lakers. Now, the real question with the Lakers for me is AD. Street clothes.
Because he's hurting. And you can see that. He's wincing every other play. I mean, that back, you got to play through it, but
he's done. He's done, bro. He's done. He's Greg Oden. He's Greg Oden, bro.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's done.
And it's the mental thing too. Like, he can't play through pain.
Well, he's talking about how he's going to try to play 82 this year. That's what he's saying.
That's already done.
That's already done. That's done. But he hurt his back hanging on the rim.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah,
we were. I think we were texting. We both saw because when he came down,
he said, "Ooh,
yeah."
He's a gimpy. Ooh.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I need to actually. When is he scheduled to break the scoring record? Around what time?
He's like 1,100 points away.
So they're talking about like February, January-ish.
So it'd be before the trade. It'd be before the trade deadline. Because trade deadline is around the All-Star game, right? February, somewhere around there.
Is it before? It's before All-Star.
So what I'm getting at is, I believe once he breaks that record, they break this whole thing up. Especially if they're not in a position to make the playoffs, they're gonna break it up because they got to get some sort of draft capital or something. You know, everybody's starting to talk about what we joked about a few weeks ago about Victor going to New Orleans now. Because Lakers going to be so bad, that pick's going to end up becoming the number 1 pick.
And that could happen.
Yeah.
That really could happen.
Yeah. So I think once he breaks the record, they may break the team up. And how they do that, I don't know. But they got to do something. I think everybody's tradable on the Lakers right now.
Including
LeBron, like everybody. Whatever you can get, you know.
Damn.
That West is tough, and they ain't going nowhere fast.
Yep.
Damn, that's
nowhere fast.
That's crazy. It's all because of the Russell Westbrook trade.
Yeah.
Well, not even trade.
It's actually
not what it was trade. They gutted the team and then brought him on, right?
Yeah. Well, they gutted the team for AD originally.
But then they did it again with Kuzma. That was the year before.
Did it again for Russell.
Yep. And he's such a bad fit, and with that huge salary hit, it was like the double whammy. And he's unhappy, and he's playing like crap. I mean, last year he did average 18, 8, and 8. You know what I'm saying? He led the team and everything last year. It was just
it looked bad.
But that's the thing about record. That's the thing about stats, right? You can so and so was putting up stats like Russ. You look at his stats, you're like, oh my God, he led the team in like every category. Yeah, but he was the worst player on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always that saying of great stats, bad team. Is that the kind of player you want to be? There's been many players with the Sacramento Kings over the years that have had great stats, but been on some horrible teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's real. That's real. So let's talk about the injuries around the league. Joking like Kawhi Leonard.
Hey man, he's done too. Just retire, man. I'm sick of him.
Like that it's amazing that knee just can't heal.
Now it's not amazing. It's not amazing. He's done. And he keep trying to play on it. And he suckered these teams into believing he can play on it.
I mean, when he does play on it, the dude is amazing.
Yeah, he looks great.
It's just you see him go. And it's so easy for him. It's like he's doing miraculous things.
Effortlessly.
but he got
defensively and offensively.
He got to take a week off in between games.
Wow.
You know.
Well, John Wall's came back looking like a beast.
Yeah.
So if they can get anything out of Kawhi, they're right there. I mean, because the Warriors are actually looking like they're human, because they can't win on the road. They can't even win on the road now. So I mean, they're coming back to the field. And then you have these teams that you thought were going to be bad, like Utah.
Yeah, winning
games. And Portland even.
Well, because it's early. Because Utah last year and the year before and the year before.
They are
always front runners, hot out the box, come All-Star break. It's something totally different. Now they
Utah's notorious for being a front runner.
Right.
They gutted everybody. So you expected them to be the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. I remember last year, the whole chart, except for the Lakers, flipped upside down by All-Star. Like the first 6 teams, like 4 of those teams ended up being like playing teams, and like was Minnesota was like
Utah's smart, man. Let's get early wins because we can't look like we really tanking. Let's get it out the way early, and then use all the draft
down the stretch.
Yeah, they got a lot of draft picks, so they can't look like they're tanking because everybody think that was the setup for them from the beginning this summer.
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, did your boy just become obsolete overnight? Foot injury guy?
Who?
Chet Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, they not talking about Chet.
Nah, they got him in the cafeteria right now, beefing him up.
I was in some sports group, and I said I give Chet Holmgren 3 years, he'll be out of the league. You're crazy, you're wilding. I watch 3 years, he'll be overseas. 4 years tops. Watch.
Now you know what? Dudes like that last in the league.
They'll be very telling how he comes back, how his body looks. Because he's property of NBA, and so I'm sure they definitely got him on a weight program.
Yep.
So they have a whole year to work with him.
He might bounce around, but he's gonna be in the league for a while.
Listen, if he get that body together, he's a phenom as a talent.
I don't think.
What's my man that stayed in the league?
It's like
the other one.
It's like KD. There's not much to work with on the frame to get the body together.
Yeah, that's the difference between Victor and Chet. The frames.
Frame, like Victor
Chet got that sunken chest. That you can't put weight on.
Me for my life. Walk around $130 at 40.
You have the best of the best of the best in the NBA trying to do it. So we'll see what
Let's see. But Victor Wembanyama.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, it's just unfair, man.
Yeah,
it's unfair, bro. That's unfair. That's totally unfair.
Yeah, he's going to bring the noise.
Oh yeah,
he's going to bring the noise.
I'm just hoping it's not to New Orleans. I'll be really upset.
Oh man, Laker fans would be upset if they get the number 1 pick, but it's got to go to New Orleans.
Oh man, that'd be the worst.
But
that's a documentary right there.
Well, there's a lottery though, right? To get the number 1, like to get the right. Am I right? Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's about the ping pong balls. I think you get your best chance.
So they say.
True.
Yeah. So New Orleans has Lakers pick no matter what. They have that pick, first round pick. Yep. Damn. So no matter what, New Orleans stands to get better as Lakers potentially get worse.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Coach. LeBron ain't mean to wreck your team, bro.
He did. And I said it from the beginning because my dad's a huge LeBron fan. And I was like, I hate this move. I hate it. But, hey, we got the bubble chip.
Well, when they shed that $46 million from Russ this year, y'all have some money to play with, some
Yeah.
free agents to come there.
Yeah, Kyrie's coming.
Kyrie is coming. He gonna take up most of that 46 mil.
Yeah, if not all of it.
Yeah, exactly.
If not all of it. And but with the headache.
Yeah.
Now, how does that play out in LA?
Imagine him in LA with their
With their what?
With their ism, their madism. You know, he got
Yeah. I don't
like
know.
there's a community I think in LA that he can become a part of that he actually doesn't necessarily have here.
Okay.
That could amplify his outlook even more in his stances. So it's really going to be interesting him in LA.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to it because it's going to be very entertaining.
Yeah. Now, is this something you think that the NBA could just totally step away from him altogether? Because, I mean,
I think they're looking at that. I think it's on the table.
It could. It can happen. It's. I think this is far from over, and Kyrie's is definitely dancing on dangerous grounds, yo.
But at the same time, let's keep in mind, at the same time, historically, Kareem actually went to LA.
Yeah, and if you get into Kareem's like them early 70s with the different Muslim factions, and it was a kidnapping.
Yeah.
It was jokers dying around Kareem.
He went to LA and chilled out. Because it was, that madism out there, chilled him out. It calmed him down. He wasn't as militant.
Hey man, that madism today, that shit's everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Madism is everywhere. Madism is everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Yeah, so but it's still early in the NBA. That said, anybody we should be on the lookout for, East or West?
Hey, I think Luka is looking great.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I watched him, John Morant, spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught Cleveland the other day.
Donovan Mitchell was like
Donovan and Darius Garland. Woo!
Garland, yeah.
They look good. They going to surprise some people.
Really?
That's East is stacked. East is stacked.
East is stacked, man.
And it's because like you said, the Knicks, they playing better than expected, but they bringing that heat because Brunson's playing well.
Yeah,
he's definitely solidified that point, and that's what they've needed. And Obi Toppin coming off the bench, so they got a good, decent second unit. So East is stacked, yo.
What's up with Atlanta?
Atlanta looks good. Looks good.
They got blown by Toronto last night, but they look good too.
Yeah, that was
in Toronto.
Jay Murray from San Antonio's with Trey.
And look, Toronto they started.
Toronto looks good too.
Scotty Barnes started at the point.
They're always going to be tough at home, but yeah.
The East is and Toronto. You can't count them out because they know how to play. And
they put up 139 on those cats last night. Wow.
Yeah.
With Scotty Barnes playing the point.
Scotty Barnes at the point.
That's clearly going to be something that they're going to stick with.
And hey, these young boys, we've talked about it. I think every week, these young boys different, man. They don't necessarily have a position. They just know how to play.
That's crazy. So are we witnessing the changing of the guard from LeBron?
Yes.
KD. Who's the old guard? I guess would you put Steph in the old guard still?
Yeah. Yep.
Paul George, Kawhi. It's the old guard. Now you got the new guard.
They not scared. They not scared. It's almost like disrespectful to the veterans when they play them because they go right at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up with them? What's the boy out in Detroit? Second year cat.
Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham.
He's killing them.
Yeah, I seen him snatch somebody's shit off the board. Like,
Oh yeah.
I
mean, they go after cats.
Yeah, yeah. Green down there in Houston, but you said Zion. He's hurt again, right?
Nah, he just sat out. He sat out one game.
I mean, he had to sit out after he fell off that dunk when he fell on his hip. Yeah, you knew that was going to hurt the next day, but he came back. He came back and I think had 25 the next game back. And he's not shooting jump shots; they're all layups.
He's killing them in the paint.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. So we still early in the NBA season, so we're gonna see how it develops and get back to it next week. Let's move on to the NFL though.
Oh man, let's get it out the way. Talk about them Cowboys. Go ahead, talk about it.
I mean, the most points put up this season, 49 points. Running game. Pollard looked good though. Yeah,
against the tough Bears defense too.
Pollard, man. I understand the balanced attack between him and Zeke, but get it, man. That boy's feet is something else. And the way he hits the hole he's out of there.
Yeah.
You give it to Zeke on the 2-yard line, or it's a third and 3. Give it to Zeke, but
you want to create that physicality, that dominant, that bully ball run, physical running with Zeke. You know what I'm saying? But Tony Pollard's that change of pace, because even with him balling last week, he only had 14 carries, and on average, that's what he usually touches the ball, about 14, 15 times. He's not no bell cow. He's not toting it 30 times a game. He's not that.
No,
I think you definitely need Zeke. I think you definitely need the balance. But you just got to make sure he keeps getting the ball without a doubt.
Right, because when you don't – I don't think you want to depend on Dak throwing the ball.
No.
So you want to see his pass attempts come down. Okay, he was against the Bears. Okay, cool. But let's see these pass attempts come down. Run the ball more with Zeke less.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the formula is both those cats, Zeke and Pollard, getting about 15, 17 carries. And then that leaves, because you're talking about, on average about 60, 70 plays a game. And then Dak only has to throw it 25, 30 times a game. And then, it's balanced all around. And everybody's performing. Everybody's playing well. Everybody's getting better. The line is getting better for the Cowboys, the offensive line. Plus, they're getting ready to get, more healthy, because Smith's getting ready to come back. And then they bolstered the defensive line. Got Hankins to bolster the run side of it. So everybody's getting healthy. They're playing better. Dak is basically just working his way into the offense, and they call him a great game. They're looking good, yo. They chasing Philly, but they looking good. And
I thought they should score 35 points or more against the Bears. They scored 49. That's tremendous.
Yeah, no, I think.
Well, did you see that run back by Parsons?
Oh yeah, what was it 90, 80? Was it? It was something crazy. Like he broke a record, or he's the second longest run back from a defensive player, something like that in Cowboys history. So I don't know what. But yeah, nice, amazing. Like their defense is stout. Michael Parsons is the truth, undoubtedly. But it's just it was the Bears.
Yeah.
And okay, this is an outlier game. Can you consistently put up 25 or more points? Because that's what it's going to take when you get to the playoffs. The defense, right?
Yeah.
You got to put up between 25 to 30 points. Come on, Dak. You got to depend on that. because you can't figure that the defense is always going to win the game for you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think they're capable of doing it though. I do think they're capable of putting up that amount of points. You know, and I believe they're going to be the team that actually breaks through in the NFC East.
right. So when they play the 49ers, what's going to happen?
Oh, the 49ers are going to destroy them. But, you know.
Well, why? Why so, Coach? Why?
I mean, just because, you know, we've seen that McCaffrey can do it on all levels. He can throw it. He can run it. He can catch it.
So Micah can't X that out?
Nah, not at all. Hey, all right, X that out. Then I got my man Debo over there.
Yeah, we got to get them at home. We got to get them at home in the championship game. That's we can't play them on the road or no first round because they got a lot.
Yeah,
that's the team that I'm scared of most. I mean, them in Philly because everybody else in the NFC.
You know
Right.
who I'm. It's not that I'm scared of, but they're interesting to me, and that's the Vikings.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins, he ain't gonna. He doesn't. He's the one that you just say, okay, I ain't scared of.
That's disrespectful, Cliff.
They have the weapon.
Bro, I don't know. As we said about what's the boy with the Rams when he was at Detroit.
Stafford?
Yeah, Stafford. As we said about him. Oh, it's Matthew Stafford. I mean, you know, he put up yards, but he going. And he won the Super Bowl.
Minnesota quietly winning games out there.
Yeah. And you know, the best team in the league right now is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. I just think their schedule is gonna hurt them down the line because they're really not playing anybody, even though every game is a game where there's injury and you know all kinds of things.
They got the Giants twice, Dallas twice, and the Redskins twice. All like tough divisional games.
At the end. Yeah.
Right. And they all playing well, so they're all tough outs.
Yep.
So, you know, like you said, they're playing these other games with these guys at the end. If they can make it through that, that's a nice setup going into the playoffs.
Right.
You know,
that like, I just feel like they gonna win these. They could be like what 10-0.
10-0.
Yeah.
10-0, yeah.
And then lose the rest, and which legitimately could happen. You know, that's my concern with them. I just think their schedule is going to play against them.
Did you see AJ Brown?
Yeah.
This dude is a video game, bro.
He's a beast, Joe.
Yo, that was
he's big, he's strong, and he can catch. Yeah, he's the way they're built, they're gonna be tough to beat. I'm not fronting on Philly at all because they got a defense too. And
they do have a defense.
They got D and they just got Quinn too from
this next Cowboys Eagles game is gonna be off the ground.
Yeah, that's gonna be
crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's
the energy, the anticipation, because Dak didn't play, so it's gonna be like, oh, you didn't really face the Cowboys, which I think will play to the Cowboys' advantage. But Eagles going in, they having something to prove going into the playoffs. You gotta beat the Cowboys.
Yep, they gonna be confident.
Oh my God!
And they could be like 12 or 13-0 at that point.
Yeah.
Ooh. Man, Lord.
You know, and I mean, I hope they're not because then that pressure, that's added pressure, you know, for the Eagles. But
I'm sorry.
Great game.
I'm sorry, JT. The Bills is the hype, brother.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is dope. But until he does the thing, he got to do the thing first.
He's got to win. Yeah, he's got to win.
He ain't did the thing. So I can't, And what's their record?
6-1.
It's okay. They got one loss.
6-1, but they lost to Miami at Miami. During that heat, that September heat. But I agree with JT. I mean, Bills are the truth. You watch them. There's no
Von Miller. On defense.
No, but they have no weakness on all levels, and I'm talking about like their backups are good. Like the defense, the line has lines. The secondary, everybody, because their secondary isn't even healthy now.
I think
Tavares is coming back this week. I think.
Right.
So the Bills are good.
I think this is what I think. It's just pretty, it's me thinking. It's put out there that Josh Allen is going to have a phenomenal playoff run, but in the end, just make a poor decision, and that's what's going to kill him. He gonna throw an interception just like this last game. Even though they won, he had two decisions that were just like two interceptions. That was like, bro, what are you doing? And
it's going to say a lot. It's going to say a lot this week if the Bills beat the Jets. That's a big game for them.
Yeah.
At
Jets.
Yep.
Yeah, it's at Jets.
That's a big game for them.
They laying 13, so they should win.
I don't think they won it from Miami right now. That boy Tua throwing that ball.
He throwing it around.
Oh my God, it's a circus.
Yeah, because those two are hard to cover.
Man.
Hard to cover.
Yeah, man.
They're first and fourth in yards, those two. Almost 2,000 already. I mean,
I'm going to take the Chiefs until somebody beats them.
I'm going to take the Chiefs until somebody beats them. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm with Mahomes, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I agree.
The season's the season, but when you get to the playoffs, that's when it really counts. And three in a row.
Yeah, that Mahomes dude in the playoffs, and you got to be beating them soundly, like at the end.
But they are going to have to go to. They are going to have to go to Buffalo, though. That's where
we think.
It's still early.
It's too early to say that.
It's too early.
Well, they won the head-to-head already, and you're right. It is early, but I don't see Buffalo losing too many more games. I just don't, because Miami got them already.
What's on the Chiefs' schedule? What's the Chiefs' schedule looking like?
What's the Chiefs' schedule?
I mean, yeah, you're right. Chiefs may not lose too many either, but they still got the Chargers.
Chiefs got Jaguars, Chargers, Rams, Bengals, Broncos, Texans.
They got the Titans.
They got the Titans this week.
Yeah.
Broncos and Raiders. Chiefs got a tough schedule.
Oh yeah, they got the Titans at home. They should win that game.
Titans at home, Jaguars at
home. They should win that game. Chiefs at Chargers
on the road.
I don't know.
They got the Rams at home.
That's a win.
Bengals on the road.
The way Bengals is looking right now, that's a win.
They may need it though, so that Chargers and that Bengals could be losses.
Broncos on the road.
Two of those three are losses, I think.
And what the Bills got?
And that's still not a bad schedule. I mean, that's still not a bad record. You're talking about what? 14-3. You know what I'm saying? So don't get
the Bills at Jets. Bills at Jets. They could catch an L. Vikings at Bills. They could catch an L.
Bills got Jets.
They could catch an L.
Vikings, another L.
They could catch an L.
Browns, they should win that.
What week is that? Deshaun Watson return?
No. Too early. It's
too early?
November 20th.
What week though? Because we're at week 7, 8 now.
So that's week
7, 8. All right,
week 9.
That's like 9. 13.
Yeah.
13. I thought it was 11.
Well, he missed 11 games, but he comes back week 13.
Okay.
Because they have the bye.
They win the Browns game. They win the Lions game the next week. The Patriots game that's a toss-up.
Toss-up. And the Jets at Bills, a toss-up.
Then they get the Jets again, a toss-up. Then the Dolphins. I'm going to give it to the Bills because it's in Buffalo.
Right, yeah. Okay.
And they got some get back.
And then the rest of them, they got the Bears. They're going to win that. They got the Bengals at the Bengals. They could lose that one.
Reasonably, the Bills could lose 3 games.
Easily.
Yeah. I'm not saying they will. They could.
They could.
I actually got them losing 3 games. I don't think there's any question they're gonna lose 3 games. They're gonna split with the Jets. They're not gonna sweep the Jets. I think they're gonna lose to the Vikings.
I don't think they're gonna lose that game. Vikings are not good.
Hey, they 6-1, man. You keep doubting Kirk Cousins.
6-1 is 6-1.
And
Yeah.
I think they're gonna split with the Patriots.
That could happen.
So,
But you're counting on Mac Jones and Zach Wilson beating, because he could sweep both those cats.
no, they could, but I think they're gonna split with them. And then to me, the toss-up game for them is the Bengals. That Bills-Bengals game late in the season.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, anything can happen. So we can't say who's going to be. I think it's too early to decide who's going to be playing home in these playoff games.
And you're right.
Well, we're halfway through the season. We've watched, who's good. The levels to that, because again, there's a lot of teams in the middle of the pack. You see that the records are evident of that. It's just like who's the cream of the crop as far as and I think clearly in the AFC it's Buffalo and it's Kansas City. It's those two.
Yeah.
And then in the NFC, I think it's Philly, Cowboys, San Francisco. Now you may want to put Vikings up there, but I'm not sold on them.
I'm not sold on the Vikings either. I just like the fact that they had this record that nobody's talking about them at all.
Yeah, because when they played, because they've had a relatively soft schedule too, and when they played anyone, they got blown out. That was Philly. That's their loss.
Yep.
Philly blew them. So we'll see.
And quiet as kept, the Giants don't look bad at all.
No,
they just lost to
Seattle, who was not looking bad at all too. We got to give them their props.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Yeah.
Salute to Geno Smith, man. They look really good. Y'all watched that game. Actually, I can't believe I forgot who it was, but they look very crisp, offense and defense. Very balanced. Geno Smith doing his thing, dropping dimes. Like
Pete Carroll coaching his ass off.
Yeah, he is. But that running back, Kenneth the third, Kenneth Walker the third, he's a beast out of Michigan State. He basically took over since their starting running back got hurt.
He's a rookie, right?
Yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah, yep. And Geno Smith is leading the league in percentage. He's throwing 72%, complete 72% of his passes.
Yeah,
I mean he's top 3, I think, in yardage. I mean he's QBR. I think he's 1. I mean Geno Smith is balling.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but we should have gave a shout out to Wes and his daughter Soraya. She got the honor roll.
Yeah,
honor
roll award.
Yeah. So shout them out. That's why Brother Wes is not on board. He got better things to do. No doubt. Salute to his daughter.
Honor roll dinner
for being on the honor roll. No doubt.
Yeah.
But I know Wes would enjoy this conversation about Geno Smith. Another brother who's representing lovely at the quarter black spot.
The quarter black.
Well, what about did y'all tune in talking about a quarter black? What about your boy PJ Walker? Y'all know anything about him?
PJ Walker,
Carolina.
Wow, he did his thing. He lost the game, but they really won the game. They really won that game. But
that's the most heartbreaking. First of all, the fact that they lost that game twice, and had they won, they would have been tied for first place.
Yeah.
So you go from 2-6 to trailing by 2 games. Where they could have been 3-5.
Yeah.
He throws a dime.
The best
Hail Mary.
Best play of the year.
And
he dove into the 61-yard pass.
61-yard pass on a rope.
On a rope.
Definitely was on a rope too.
He jumps, and when he jumped, he wasn't in the end zone. He dove in the end zone. It's the catch that you dream about when you're just like in the 3rd grade, the 4th grade. This is like a Lynn Swan.
Yeah, that's a highlight for forever.
This is
That's why he lost his mind and took off his helmet. That's why he went bonkers and took off his helmet.
Man, but ain't supposed to let that go, man. You ain't supposed to penalize a brother, fam.
Well, the crazy thing about it is
he actually,
by the letter of the rule, he was out of the end zone and wasn't in the field of play. But with all that being said, they had the official come on last night, and he said even though he was named, there was multiple players with their helmets off, and that's why the foul was called. That's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't really, it wasn't him.
It wasn't just him.
Right.
It wasn't just him. No.
But still, man.
I know, yeah. He lost his mind.
Rightfully so.
That's like when that's one of the greatest receptions of all time.
Oh yeah. That was dope.
We'll be watching that forever.
It almost
talking about changing the fate of your season too.
Oh.
You go from last to first place, had that, stood.
Yeah.
Talk about Baker Mayfield having to watch it with a clipboard in his hand.
Hey, you know, Baker probably was like, "Yo, I could have done that."
Hey, stop it, boy. Can you imagine? You wasted everybody's time.
Right.
And bring the brother in. Bring the brother in. Get the brother. Get a brother a shot. You know what I mean?
but taking this quarterback even further, what's coming down the pipeline? Look at college football right now.
Stroud.
I think the top 4 teams all have black quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, and they're balling too.
Balling to the point. My lady said to me, "Hey, these kids are good." We're watching Tennessee play, and then we watched Ohio State, Penn State.
Stroud.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh man, that's when I knew. I was like, okay, there's a changing of the guard.
No, yeah, it's definitely a change in the guard. So I mean, man, again, it just makes the conversation so tenuous because it's the reality and the inevitable. And it's like when you're holding on to other parts of this thing, it's like, come on, man, old boys network got to break up. We got to break this up. Yep. All this black talent that you're exploiting and using, and you won't let brothers in the executive role. You won't let brothers in the head coaching spot. You won't let brothers. That doesn't make any sense. Who better to communicate with these young people than the Deion Sanders of the world?
Yes,
shout out to Prime, who's doing a wonderful job.
Wonderful job at Jackson State, where they don't have water. Wonderful job.
Big shout out to Brett Favre.
You part of the media. You part of the smear campaign, huh?
Yeah.
That's what Brett accused me. They smearing his name.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I mean it's just amazing to see what these black quarterbacks are doing in the NFL, what they're doing in college. The future is really, really bright. And I'm loving it. I'm love watching it, because I didn't expect it to be. I really didn't expect a lot of these guys to be doing what they're doing. The Geno Smiths,
Yeah, Geno Smith is that's like 10 years in the league, going to bust to 10 years later being one of the top QBs in the league. Yep. That's
PJ Walker had no idea who the hell that was.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He said PJ Walker had no idea who
No, I had no idea who he was.
Oh, you had no idea who he was.
I mean, he was buried in their depth chart. I mean,
yeah. I was like, who is this dude?
Yeah. And then you got, of course, Pat Mahomes. You got Jalen Hurts, who's like, that's a super duper thing. Yeah, we say beyond expectation.
Yeah.
He's what he's become over the last few years in Phillies.
And we're not even talking about Kyler Murray.
And then you got Lamar.
Yeah.
We got Dak.
Please, let's talk about Lamar. That was the Thursday night game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Against the Bucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did his thing. Like he made
sure
every throw, ran when he was supposed to, stayed in the pocket when he was supposed to. Did he have any turnovers that game? He had a turnover, right? I think he had a turnover.
I'm not sure actually,
but I know he beat Tom Brady like somebody stole something.
Yeah, I mean he beat Tom Brady to the point where all they could talk about was finalizing the divorce. That was the topic. They took
He's
it off.
2-0 against Brady now. He's 2-0 against him.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Justin.
Hey, he didn't have any turnovers. And he had a 104
a passer rating.
Yeah.
Wow.
62 QBR.
Uh-huh.
That's a real solid show.
Oh yeah. And very decisive individual. Talking about Lamar Jackson. Like his leadership is just, he's what happened?
I just looked at Tom Brady's QBR was 27.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And his rating was 89.
Yeah, things they don't talk about in mainstream media.
Ooh.
When it look like that. He's going through the divorce. Yeah,
he's going through the divorce, man.
I ain't gonna shit on his name like that. Tom Brady is the GOAT. Don't get it twisted. Best to ever do it. In my opinion.
Yeah.
But right now
we're not even talking about, JT in the comments mentioned, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, yeah. He's growing.
The worst team ever.
And they got him. Listen, they got him Claypool today, and I think that's just going to be the start of them just building for next year. But if Minnesota fall apart, that division can still be taken. Because no one's really running away besides Minnesota with the NFC. Listen, they got to string together some games where they play some competition and actually win, because all of their wins have been one-score games.
Yeah, and I think
what I'm saying.
Been at home too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Minnesota I think is a fluke, but I just like seeing Minnesota up there and no one mentions them.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
And they added TJ Hochler, the tight end from the Lions. So they actually got more weapons. Minnesota definitely could continue to win games, particularly since they just signed him.
Right.
But their level of competition, once it elevates, they'll be on notice.
It's still Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And as a Cowboy fan, I am not afraid of Minnesota. I'm not afraid hosting them or traveling there. I'm not afraid of no Kirk Cousins.
He puts no fear in your heart.
Justin Jefferson's a beast, though. He's a beast. They got Thielen. They got Cook. Dalvin Cook is a beast. They got weapons. It's just, when you talk about Kirk Cousins, it's just like, okay.
Right.
I'd take my chances with Dak.
Yeah, man. And, Eagles win again this week. They got the Texans, so that's an easy one. So they go to 8-0. I'm trying to think who else. I'm still waiting for the Cardinals to fire Kingsbury.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got someone who they got coming in this week. It's someone that's kind of tough.
They got the Seahawks this week, don't they?
Oh yeah,
but they're gonna catch that L.
The Seahawks coming in,
yeah, they'll catch that
L. So that could be one where they can get it. And the Seahawks have been pounding people too. Yeah. Their last 3 wins have been by double digits. So if they go on the road and that's something that they can definitely do. Geno can pick apart them. They can get that win.
Yeah, I mean, and then they're gonna have to fire my man because he's doing nothing. And they got weapons, Arizona.
Yeah, but do you think they're gonna fire him? They just extended him.
Probably not because of that, but
What's
he
their
needs to-
record? What's their record?
3-5, I
3-5.
think.
And who they lose to?
Who they lost to? I gotta look that up. They lost to the Vikings, the Seahawks, the Eagles, the Rams, and the Chiefs.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, that's a tough schedule.
That's a tough schedule.
Yeah, they should have beat the Eagles too. They should have beat the Eagles. They were right there in that game. That is a tough schedule.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, their schedule don't get any better.
Mm-hmm.
Who else
They
got?
go Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, Chargers.
They'll beat the Rams.
I don't know. It's in LA.
The Rams are falling apart right now. It's
Plus the Rams beat them, so they'll probably get back.
Yeah,
I do think the Rams are.
They could possibly beat the Chargers. They're not gonna beat the 49ers.
They're not gonna beat the 49ers. That's a Monday night game too.
You feeling yourself over there? I know that.
Yeah, you know I am.
Yeah.
Well, the 49ers get ready to go on a run. I know you feeling that.
Oh yeah.
So healthy, getting get McCaffrey up in there, getting that play.
Once they integrated McCaffrey this week, and I saw that what he could do, because I was kind of wondering how they were going to use him.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I got a question. Is that the greatest first-time game of a player switching teams in the history of the league?
No, that was the second game.
That was the second game.
Oh, that was the second game?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay,
that was the second game.
I was gassed. I thought they sat in that the first week.
Yeah, no, he played. He didn't get a lot of touches or anything, but
okay, I played myself. But that was an awesome game, an awesome showing in such a short amount of time, getting used to a system, getting put in a new system, and being able just to execute the pass. Ran for one.
And the pass is what impressed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was done.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It's perfect pass.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you get my man Shanahan, some weapons, and he can run some trickery out there. That's scary.
Yeah.
Him and Debo too.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, NFC is stout right now. I mean, is it the best conference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like that last year. No.
Well, even this year wasn't
NFC East.
Huh?
Yeah, look at the NFC East. It was trash last year. Now it's legitimately the best conference in the hardest conference. I mean, they're just beating up on each other. Look at the Commanders out of nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got a little 3-game winning streak going on. So I mean,
and the AFC West was supposed to be the best.
And they're trash.
Yep, it's trash. Yep.
Yeah. And so was the NFC South with the Bucks and the what are they?
It's trash. Yeah.
St. Louis. I mean, not St. Louis.
Atlanta.
The
Saints. Yeah, that's all trash.
And Carolina. Yeah, it's trash.
Wow. Court ran and passed for TD first since 2004 for a running back. That's amazing. Good look, JT. Good look. So what else we got on the menu? The Major League Baseball World Series.
Yeah, it's in Philly. Tonight.
Yeah, they split in Houston.
And that's what Philly needed to do. They needed to get one.
Yeah, because this format is 2-3-2. So they got the next 3 in Philly. So Philly should at least and Philly's actually undefeated in the playoffs and at home.
Oh,
so yeah,
well, they could end it. They could end it.
They could, but Houston's they're good, yo. They're good. I mean, a lot of people didn't even think it was going to be a series, and particularly in after game one where Houston got out to a 5-0 lead in the second inning, and they had Verlander on the mound, but Philly came back.
Yep.
So they showed you something. But like I said, we made our picks. I said Philly in 7. We'll see.
Yeah, I would love to see Philly, even though Dusty Baker getting another one would be great. But
great. That'd be great.
Mhm.
But so just a reminder, the Aubrey album will be advertised on the billboard right there at the stadium in Philadelphia tonight and tomorrow.
Yep,
So we
pick
got
that
any
up.
folks out
Stream
there.
that.
Yeah, stream that Aubrey album. Your man Hakim Green, Madism, all day, every day. Go get that. And look out for it if you happen to be around the stadium in Philadelphia while the World Series is going on. We got a little advertisement going there. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, man. But it's gonna be in Philly next 3 games, and we'll see what happens. See what happens. Anything else on the deck, gentlemen?
Nah, I'm looking forward to this Chicago-Brooklyn game. It's tied up right now.
Oh, okay.
We see if Jock Vaughn gets his first win.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
until
man.
he's replaced by Udoka tomorrow.
Damn.
Well, it'll definitely be an interesting week. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Like
We'll see how the Nets respond. We'll see how the Lakers respond.
Considering what happened also recently in Boston, for him to be, wasn't that like that whole situation like up in the air? He was like suspended but not fired.
But you know what? I like this because he's being handled how they're normally handled. They always level up after a scandal or so. And he same thing is happening for him. I'm happy that he's leaving Boston, notoriously racist city, and he's going to Brooklyn.
Yeah, familiar place. And they did say when they even when they suspended him, they wouldn't definitely prohibit him from getting another job or any opportunity. So this
I mean, the whole thing was just so public, and for him, you're the face of the organization, the coach. You're on the sideline, the camera's on you. So every time they flash to you, he's thinking,
who you running to?
You know what I mean? You get Malika Andrews, you know what I mean? That's gonna be weird. That's gonna be
weird.
That's gonna be mad awkward.
She already has said some kind of NBA Today. She was like, I hope everyone's doing their due diligence, when he was even mentioned.
Yo, you look crazy right now. Oh, there you go. That's a little better. Yeah, you was looking stalkish, like.
I was looking stalkish because I'm over here. Because I'm over here in the car right now.
Nah, we talking about Ime Udoka going to Brooklyn.
Man, let me tell you something, man. First of all, they were talking about that. They were talking about that months ago when they first suspended him.
Right.
They were saying if they would have fired him, they said he would have got picked up probably right away by Brooklyn, which is probably where he should have went before. But seeing the stuff that went on, do you really want him?
That's what I was just saying.
Do you want to?
Every time the camera's on him, everybody's thinking, "Damn, who he going through right now? what's going on with him right now?"
Listen. His reputation. He has a reputation, man. It's not a good reputation either. I mean, when you smashing not just 1, 2, 3, that's what is it? Like 3, 4, multiple women in the organization.
Hey, he's a lady.
Allegedly getting one or two of them pregnant, and then making them get abortions.
Hey,
come on, man.
That's not funny. Sorry, that's not funny.
No, but I'm saying like I think if he would have just had a fair one person and it came out, I don't think it would have been as big an issue. But I think all that other stuff that went, it was basically it was basically it turned into something really toxic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
you're
Within
right
the
about that.
organization, it's like you know, it's they could have easily just fired him. If it would have been me, you, on our job, and that happened, we'd be out of here. We on the streets.
Right. Right, and I'm not saying that that's what should have happened to him. I'm not wishing nothing bad on the brother at all. I'm just saying it's a weird look. Like so soon, maybe 2-3 years down the line,
Yeah.
But that shows you where we are as a society, man.
Yeah.
Well, we're a forgiving society, but if you're successful,
we are.
Well, yeah, we're gonna give you a
successful,
especially if you're successful.
They like listen. One thing about this country, they like a good comeback.
Yeah, exactly.
They like a good comeback. Look at Michael Vick. You don't even think about a dog fight no more.
Shit,
you know what I mean?
They do. Yes, they do. Look, Ray Rice. They ain't forget Ray Rice.
Listen.
Certain things you can't get over.
You know what it is? But I think the reason. No, listen. I think the reason why they didn't forget about Ray Rice is because everybody saw the video, bro. It's the difference when you hear somebody got punched out. When you hear somebody punch a lady out, when you actually see it,
you
saw the hook off.
When you're making women get abortions.
Yeah.
Hey man, you can win a U.S. Senate seat by doing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well he be the president doing that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So come on.
World we live in, bro.
Yeah,
but I'm surprised like you, Lev. That's weird for me.
Yeah, it's a lot going on today though, man. Cause it ain't just that. I don't know if you discussed the whole Kyrie thing with him posting up the
Yeah.
Well, what we came to, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, is that facts is facts, and they don't really want that discussion. However, because of who he is in the position as he's a star.
Yeah.
He's an influential individual who plays for the Brooklyn Nets, a billion-dollar corporation. Who's run by those people. It's Chinese though, right?
Chinese, Chinese.
But the Jewish community or a sector of the Jewish community is highly involved in the NBA.
Remember that's also Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, baby, you Brooklyn. This
is Brooklyn, New York.
You in
so
Crown Heights.
You got to be a little bit more careful how you present yourself.
Williamsburg. I mean,
Hey, he just didn't read the room, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's kind of like certain things you just because at the end of the day, we can't. You can talk about certain things or whatever. You can because we as black people, when you speak about certain things, like it's all about in his answers to the questions and kind of tone deaf. It's almost kind of like tone deaf. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We listen. We as black folks, we can't have it on WhatsApp. We can't be talking about other people, and we get offended, and then I can't tell somebody what to be mad at. I can't tell another group what to be mad at. That's like a man telling a woman what to be as a woman.
Well, can they tell you what to be mad at?
No.
Okay.
No.
So all right. So in that, Kyrie's explanation as to what happened was that somebody told him his name meant Yahweh in Hebrew.
Okay.
And he looked it up.
Okay.
And in this movie he got to this movie that way, right? Okay. And in it, he's discovering things about the Judaism and the Hebrew culture and language.
Okay.
That has foundations in Africa.
Okay.
Right. Now, there's other things about this movie that are being said that whether they are factually true, someone else would have to do the research to prove it. I don't have that. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There are things broadcast about us all the time that isn't factual, is degrading, is stereotypical, and we go along with the go along.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the difference though. because
now in getting mad at that,
yeah,
right? You expose the truth, or you expose your version of the truth. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Right? Because you have the right, like that person has the right.
Yeah.
Right. So the right to do it. I mean, yeah, he has the right to post whatever.
I mean, personally, I'm not even sure if he even saw the thing he posted.
That's what I said. I definitely don't think he read the book.
I think he just pull it up and he posted without knowing everything that was in there.
Right.
And then once because New York, once they started dissecting stuff and things that were in it, and then you had people calling up, and you had people I guess that watched it or whatever, and what was not happy with some of the things that were what was in it. Then that's when it kind of became like, okay, well, why would he post this stuff? You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, you just,
I mean, listen, listen. At the end of the day, as a man, as somebody who's in the public spotlight, you gotta kind of be careful what you say and what you post.
Yep.
I'm not gonna come on your show, Hakim, and start just blurting out rhetoric because I believe it. Even though it's my belief, it may not necessarily be, and it may offend somebody. You have to think. People have to think. We have to. Everybody. See, the problem with society, the problem with not just our people, but just people in general. Nobody wants to take responsibility for their own stuff. Accountability.
Yep.
Accountability and responsibility. Listen. We have to. We have to. You can't just the whole thing with the whole Kanye thing. Because all of this comes in because all of this energy is coming around off of that, and people have to understand that the things people say, you may look at it as well. It's you may have a certain belief in something, and then somebody's not going to believe. It may be offensive to somebody else, or it could actually cause somebody to lose their life, or just the whole thing. The thing we were talking about with Trump. When Trump went out, it was talk about illegal aliens and people, and the Mexicans and the Latinos and illegals, and he was talking about the Kung flu when the COVID came out, and it was an uptick of Asian people being attacked.
Asian violence, Asian attacks. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing with you got to understand your position, and you got to read the room.
Yeah.
And what's going to be interesting is if they let him speak today after this game in the press conference.
Yeah.
And we'll see where all this goes. Because I don't think he read the book. I don't think he saw the movie.
I honestly don't really think he did.
I don't know if he read that. It's actually a movie.
Yeah.
No, it's a book. It's a movie based on a book.
It's a movie based on a book. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Hebrew. I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
Kyrie, and it's the reason why I say this, because especially in the Northeast, right? In Bay Area, LA, every place has their culturally rich area where there's all types of literature. I went to Howard's Homecoming, book stands.
Yeah.
You go to book stands at 125th, book stands, right?
Yeah.
On these book stands, there's all types of books.
Yeah.
Right? You got some official tissue, the research is right and exact, impeccable by respected scholars who still have their slant, their discipline, or whatever. But and you have, ghetto authors on the joint. You have conspiracy theory by right-wing white authors on the. You got all this different information. You got Afrocentric, back to Kemet, all this information. I'm pretty sure he's read stuff that is mentioned in that movie, even if he didn't see the movie or read that book.
That I agree with. That I agree.
Right. Because just the way he just the way he moves and how he vibes, and I get it. I get it. And that's
why it would have come up first in his search, because of other things that he's either read, searched, sites he's been on.
Right.
Because it's all about the algorithms.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then Kyrie, listen, and Kyrie, not only that, Kyrie was sharing a whole bunch of stuff. That just happened to be one of the things he shared.
Yeah,
but like,
yes.
The Alex Jones stuff, and like, come on, we know Kyrie's a little out there.
Right. Yeah,
you talk about a dude, talk about the earth is flat. I mean,
he want to use shock value. He definitely does.
Yeah,
but in full transparency, right? So the conspiracy theory community has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. And again, being in New York, you just get access to a lot of information.
Yeah.
Just soak it in, from the behold the pale horse to I'm the conspiracy dundada.
I mean, we grew up
I know them all, and that's why I can look at them and go, it's Fugazi.
Yeah.
And then you understand who created that community, because it's a community of thought.
Yeah.
Who created it, who's feeding it, for what purpose, whose side people are on. You start to see the bigger picture, who's trying to help you and who's really trying not to help you, right? You kind of see that. And it takes a minute to catch up. I just don't think Kyrie is caught up yet. I think he'll get to the other side where he realizes that a lot of the information that he's dabbling in is being fed to us by not the greatest of sources.
Of course.
Right. And same way with I don't know about Kanye. He's out there.
Kanye,
he don't read, so it's
he don't read.
Well, see what happens. That's what happens if you don't read. When you don't read and you're not really, you don't really educate yourself in a lot of things. You start basically blurting what you hear, and this is what a lot of these people they start doing. You blurting something that you heard from somebody else,
and your knowledge starts coming from tweets and memes.
Yeah. It's a lot. Like when it's a lot. You have to, first of all, like when people talk, well, a lot of these guys, they talk and they don't really know how to come across. Like Kyrie, like they'll probably ask Kyrie some questions and then he'll just say some out of this world stuff, and then he'll make himself look even worse. And that's what he does.
This last one, I wasn't mad at him actually.
No, I thought he did a good job.
I think because what he said simply was he brought it to. He said, "Listen, a lot of these words, a lot of these concepts have its origins in Africa."
Yeah.
And they don't want to know nothing about that.
Yeah.
That's just dismissed as, it's anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
But when you get into what he's saying, it's not anti-Semitic. It's about our people embracing what we view of as Semitism. It's our investment in it. Our history is a part of it, as is other disciplines.
Of course.
So when if you have that, they're not interested in that conversation at all. Well, what do you mean by that, Kyrie? Expound on it.
Yeah.
It's more like, well, don't you think that's anti-Semitic? Huh? No, that's not No, don't you? Then you don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Semitism has its roots. Judaism, Hebrewism has its roots in Africa.
Yeah.
I mean that's. I mean, all of that has roots in Africa.
So we should have So we should have access to it too, and you shouldn't tell us we're not, which they do. They call it anti-Semitism. When we claim it, they find it disrespectful for us to claim a part of our own heritage. They find that disrespectful, and that's kind of like, it's a sketchy situation. I don't think you should be having this conversation, especially during the season.
Yeah.
Right. But
hopefully someone will tell him
this
that.
is when all eyes are on him, so maybe this is when you should have a conversation.
I mean, yes, as long as you're putting up 28, then
right.
as long as they're winning. He put up 28 and lose like they have been. They need to start winning.
They need to start
winning. All of this is be forgotten.
Yeah, this is.
Well, they need to start focusing on basketball.
The fact that they're 1-5 has a lot to do with a lot of stuff too. You know what I mean?
They got 2 games.
It's a lot of dysfunction.
They won 2.
And also sometimes when a message is coming from somebody that has a track record for distractions and
a
lot of other things, it could come across as something else. You know what I mean? It's
all I want to say is, LeBron won a ring with that.
Yeah.
Just keep that. LeBron had to navigate the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
He was younger,
and he was still wilding
and more controllable.
Well, no, he wasn't. He was wilding in.
I don't think he had found his voice at that time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't think so either. I think he was a little bit more.
He found his voice dissing LeBron. That's what he got. He was throwing rocks at LeBron. Everybody said, "Yeah, Kyrie's right. Look, LeBron's Kyrie's right. Kyrie's right." Then Boston.
Yeah, I mean, but you know,
I'm always Kyrie right.
I mean, listen. Did he help Did he help Cleveland? He sure had a big hand in Cleveland, winning a championship. I'll give him that. But since then, it hasn't been great.
No.
His track record is not that great. He got his way out of Cleveland, went to Boston. That didn't work out. They played better when he wasn't there. Look at Brooklyn. Everywhere he goes, it's kind of like my man puts something about every time he leaves, it's on fire. He leaves something on fire. You know what I'm saying? He leaves organizations on fire.
I think he has a lot to prove this time.
LeBron went back to the chip.
He's playing for a contract.
He's playing for that $200 million.
Listen.
Kyrie left Cleveland and LeBron went back to the chip.
And when you're playing for a contract, play. I don't need to hear all that other stuff. I just play.
Exactly. And that's what he should say in his next press conference.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm here to talk about basketball.
Exactly. Just make it about, because when you start making about other stuff, when you become a distraction, and this is what's happening. And so now all of this is a distraction. Like I think at a certain point in your life, as a man, you have to understand how to play the game. You have to understand. Let me just, because I think it's a lot of things I think. There's a lot of things I think in my head that doesn't come out of my head. That doesn't come out of my mouth.
Yeah, but hey, now this generation, they're trying to reinvent the game. They're trying to change the game. So they don't even think from that standpoint, even though they were, they understand it and know that's how it should be. They don't think like that. They're just trying to change the game.
Yeah, I don't even think. But you know what? I think they think that's not how it should be.
Should be, yeah.
Like they think what they've been doing, the old school way of doing things, the old way is we got this new thing, this new.
You're right.
And that new thing is unstructured. It's just whatever goes.
It's like it's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
Everything's all over the
they
place.
feel like they can say and do whatever.
Yeah.
And long as they believe is their truth.
Yeah.
Their generation of they can speak their truth.
Yeah.
They've been able to put their truth out into the world from day one.
Because of social media, Because now how you communicate with the world,
So
your posts.
They don't necessarily need. They don't know how to read the room, or sometimes what's best said is unsaid. Those things that we understand. Nah, they just blurt it out, and there might be some pushback, but then it's forgotten when somebody else says something.
Yeah.
That's how they've come up.
Yeah,
I'm just interested to see. I mean, let's think about what the Nets are doing. They're going through all this with Kyrie right now, and then they're looking to bring someone else in 24 hours.
Yeah,
that's right.
Off of something.
That's crazy.
So look at the drama. They're a soap opera in their own right.
Yeah.
Like they're keeping everything going.
That's crazy.
Keep us on page 6.
Listen, I saw this coming. Like when everything was exploding during the off season, and Kyrie and them, they wanted out, and then it didn't go their way, and then now they were back. I said to myself, either one or two things gonna happen. Either they're gonna play really well and they're gonna go really far in the playoffs and they may possibly win a championship, or it's gonna implode once again. And right now, it's implode. It looks like it's imploding now. Like for the firing, so all of this is just distraction. Being 1-5. I mean, it's just and then you got your two leaders are both very
Neville.
prickly,
Neville.
sensitive.
Hey, Neville.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah.
They're
Passive aggressive.
Neville.
Yes.
They're 2-5.
Huh? Oh, they 2-5 now?
Yeah.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won last night. They pulled the game out last night.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
They were 1-5.
I mean, just think about it as an owner. You got all this stuff happening in the newspaper and the media, and you're gonna bring someone else who just went through a bunch of stuff in the media to come lead your organization. Because you think maybe it'll take the shine off of the other situation that's going on?
Did you look at the
right.
The Nets are making the Knicks look like a model franchise?
Shout out to Craig. Nice observation. But
that's what keeps you on. That's what keeps you on the news. That's what keeps you on front page.
Listen, the Nets is just trying to get anything out of this. They know this is the last year Kyrie, last year KD, maybe, but they're just trying to get anything out of this squad, yo. They just try, which is why they bring in Ime, and they're probably thinking he's probably one of the guys that can probably fix it. But
hold on. But the thing is he coming?
Yeah, he's coming.
Is he coming? Is he coming? Is the Celtics gonna be like, okay, let's
pause, nigga.
Let's go. You know? Listen. And if he does come,
he's knocking him up, boy.
Listen. And if he does come, how's your woman?
Oh yeah. How's your daughters, your wives, and your girls?
How's your woman, man?
I know, right? Not going on that dude.
How's your woman, man? It's just like you go that went from one thing to the next. I guess
nuts.
They knew what was going on.
One thing to the nuts, huh?
Right.
From one thing to the nuts.
Yo, man, it's like, this is the show. It's the Showtime Lakers in Boston, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, it's wild for the night.
I'm just imagining what the real things that was going on. I'm just imagining the stuff that's not getting out, the stuff that's not being talked about. Like I'm
we see it as Boston, like okay, Danny Ainge went to Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Utah is big for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They play a lot of shuffleboard out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's
a lot of I don't know. It's the irony of it all. That's all. It's the irony of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's crazy. Wow for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. The Nets are they're interesting.
Yeah.
The other part of this is I think we talked about it earlier about the Lakers being split up around the trade deadline. The Nets will be might be split up because if they let Kyrie play the season out, he leaves and they get nothing in return.
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
So they may trade him. They may trade him
to trade for Anthony Davis.
Yeah, they may trade him to get something in return.
Now, if you're the Nets, do you really want Glass, man? I mean, it's just you
gonna want something for Kyrie. That's just it. You're gonna want something for Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. But Kyrie's another one. I mean, he's just if he's not injured, something's going on. It's always something with this guy. It's always something. It can't just be like just come in and just play ball. Let's just win some games and just
man. But even though it would be crazy. See, it's not gonna work. Because Kyrie, if AD's not gonna stay healthy, but Kyrie and AD would be so dope together.
Yeah, they would.
That would be fucking Kyrie KD. I mean Kyrie AD would be so dope, but AD can't stay healthy.
I mean. Right now with AD, I think AD is like I'm not sure if AD is even effective anymore. I think he's a person that put up stats, but it doesn't mean anything.
I think he should retire.
Yeah, think about it. He looks like the AD that he was prior to coming to the Lakers. Good stats, and then when he's on and he puts good stats, that doesn't really mean much. and then on top of that, you always get hurt. So it's like kind of like, you know, you get empty calories. You got certain players, they give you empty calories. They give you, it's a lot going on. They give you 22 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists,
that's
4
the whole
blocks.
that's the whole Lakers team.
Yeah, that's the Lakers. That's how they're gonna be built. That's how they're gonna be rolling.
LeBron averaging like 20, 25, 8 and 5 or something like.
If this doesn't tell you that, I'm telling you that next collective bargaining agreement, I'm telling you, it's gonna be some changes, man, in the way a lot of these because they just, these players are coming in. First of all, there's a reason why you have a GM.
Yeah.
Okay. They pay these guys a lot of money to construct teams together.
Yep.
These ball players cannot be GMs. I'm sorry. You know basketball, but you may not. You don't know how to build a team, including LeBron. All these guys, they want to play a fantasy league, and you know what? Let me get this guy. Let me get this guy. I think he'll work here. Russell Westbrook, I think he'll work here. Doesn't always work. You collecting talent,
but neither does the other way either, because it's not like when it was done the other way, you know, all the teams were competitive. No, it was you had the
GMs are good.
Chicago was the cream of the crop, and everybody else was fugazi for the most part.
Some GMs are good, some are bad, but
you know,
that's their job. You never saw a GM go on the court and take one shot.
Yeah.
And Chicago was good, and every other team, they were just better than everybody else because they had Jordan. Yeah, there was good teams around Chicago back then. I mean,
you talking about this Jordan,
you know what
Bill
this
Jackson, Tex Winter, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. They brought people in at key times.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to. They spent money when they didn't have to.
They built.
They were frugal when they had to.
Listen, they built
really.
They built really good teams. Really, that Bulls team, it wasn't superstar laden. Even that first championship,
it was just well constructed.
Yeah, right. You had to have somebody to work the money. The money had to be worked out the right way. You had to you had to supplement. You had to. Craig Hodges was a piece you had to replace. Horace Grant was a piece you had to replace. Bill Cartwright was a piece. Like you had to replace these pieces to complement Jordan's style of play.
Yeah, but they had a good GM, and their GM was allowed to do their job. Jordan never played GM because if he did, he would have had Charles Oakley there with him forever. He would have had what's the other guy?
You're right. You're right. But the rest of the league at the time, the other GMs around the league,
it
was fugazi.
No, that's not true. You had some good teams.
There was good teams around. It was just
he played, outside of the Utah Jazz. He played the
Jerry West was in LA doing a good job during those Jordan years, and Detroit.
Detroit was doing great.
Good job.
The Knicks were very good for a good 15 years.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know where this is going, and I know how your blood pressure is going up a little bit. So we're not even going to say, your man. We're not going to say the name. I understand.
No, because we talk about organizations, right? You're talking about organizations,
right? But the bottom line is never. You're right. Players need to play, and they should have a good relationship with their GM so they can, state their opinion.
Yes,
you can state your opinion, but you can't hold the team hostage.
Right? If you don't get your way,
you can't hold the team hostage.
Nah.
And that is the way of the last 20 years. That has been learned. I'm gonna hold you hostage, and that's going to change in this collective bargaining.
20? Huh? Not 20.
20.
Maybe at least the last 15 years. You think the last 15, 16 years, it's kind of been like that.
Yeah, after
hostage.
Yeah, after the first contract. After the first contract.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying nobody holds Pat Riley hostage.
No. But you're talking about Pat Riley.
I'm just saying.
There's only one thing.
That's why he got.
If we hinged it on LeBron,
That's why he
that
left.
first Miami, you don't.
That's why he
why-
left Miami.
That's why he was out of there.
Right.
Because he realized you ain't like Pat Riley's like, I brought you in here and I got you a championship.
That's right. And then he went back to
Cleveland.
This guy, Cleveland, and he made David Griffin.
Exactly. He taught Pat Riley's the organization taught LeBron how to become a winner.
Yes, and then he took that
and went to
Cleveland.
Yeah,
and he made this dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a chip, went 3 times.
I'm gonna tell
now with the LA, he holding niggas hostage.
But he helped.
It's that one bad move.
Right now, he's holding people hostage.
It's that one bad move.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. I'm gonna tell you something real funny. Don't be surprised if LeBron is guy's little twinkly eyes looking at the Cavaliers, because you know Cavaliers looking real good right now. They looking real good right now.
They looking real good right now.
And he's like, man,
yeah.
maybe I need to get, but see, if you do that, he's gonna look real whack. If he runs over back to Cleveland, he's gonna look real whack.
Why do you look whack? Why is he running back to Cleveland?
I mean, they're come on, man. Chasing the rings.
He's 38 years old.
I'm not 38 years old, but I'm just saying it's like
he's always going to chase championships.
He's averaging 25.
I get it.
Like nothing.
It doesn't matter because they're 0-5.
No, they won last night.
They're 1-5.
No, they're 2-5.
Did they win? They won. They was 0-5 last night.
They won last night.
They're 2-5.
They won last night. Okay.
No, but seriously, I could see LeBron. I said this earlier, Neville.
Yeah.
Once he gets the scoring record,
he's
out of there.
Probably.
Because they're not going to win anything.
No,
bro.
And he's
I think that championship is over. And I'm gonna tell you from what I hear from a lot of people in LA, the people I know, they don't really like him. They don't like because, like, he'll never be Kobe.
Talk about it.
So he'll never be Kobe in their eyes. So that's why he can win that championship. What I call it the bubble championship, whatever. The bubble chip. It was listen. LA, they won the bubble chip. The Dodgers won the bubble chip. And the Lakers won the bubble chip. It's and that bubble chip in baseball was absolutely bogus. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll give the Lakers a little bit more credit.
Who won the?
I'll give the Lakers a little bit more credit because they actually played
Super Bowl.
Huh?
Who won the bubble Super Bowl?
Brady.
See?
Bubble.
We don't call it that though. That doesn't get called the bubble. For some reason, that doesn't get called the bubble championship.
No. But hold on. But the NFL season didn't play. It played the whole part out. It was no stopping.
Yeah, but they didn't have fans, and you know how the crowd is a major part of the football experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of players caught COVID, so didn't play. So it was like mad people missing for rosters. It's not like cats were playing full teams every week in and week out. It's like how you manage COVID kind of determine how you move. So understand the joke is that it's the bubble chip, but there's still a level of dedication. There's a level of focus. There's a level of
I don't want to make this about LeBron and what he has and has not done. I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is he has single-handedly ruined the LA Lakers with his GM moves.
Yes, they are.
I beg to differ. I beg to disagree.
That team looks like.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. What were the LA Lakers winning before LeBron got there?
The same thing they're winning now.
And who was the GM then? Who was the ownership then?
Same ownership.
No, it wasn't. Nuh-uh. The brother,
the brother was in charge.
The brother was in charge.
Right.
And then Jeannie came.
Right.
And Jeannie just took over.
Right. And they wasn't doing nothing, right?
No.
Already. They was the bottom of the league already. LeBron comes in, goes to the championship, and wins it. All right, it's the bubble chip. But what else? They missed the playoffs the first year. They go to the championship, win it the second year, and they've been trash. And they've been trash ever since. All right. However,
that's good odds, Hot.
However, he's there because they keep the record in LA. They keep the most points ever scored in LA.
And we recognize
that. And that's why he's there.
We recognize that.
He delivered a championship. He delivered a championship. He delivered a championship. No, it's not. No, it's not moving the goalposts.
His GM moves have ruined the Lakers.
No, it was already ruined.
No, they weren't.
No, the reason why he's there is because of GM moves.
Yeah. No, they were young.
The reason why he's there. Why was he even there?
Listen, let me tell you something.
How did he get there?
Hawk. Let me ask you this question. Right now, if you had a starting lineup of LeBron, what's the kid? Julius Randle,
Brandon Ingram was
Brandon Ingram. There. Come on, man.
Kuzma would still be there.
Kuzma,
Lonzo Ball.
But you know what you might not have?
What?
The bubble chip.
A chip.
The bubble.
But listen.
There's no guarantee you win a chip because they wasn't ready then.
Yeah, but it wasn't ready then. But right now, you don't think right now.
You don't know. You can speculate. You can postulate.
Look at all, but if you look at all these players and how they progress.
But the one thing you can say about the Lakers right now, they have a chip since LeBron's been there.
Okay.
And we also can say he's ruined them since he's been there.
He got a chip. Well, hold on.
They were ruined before he got there, yo. They ain't been right since
okay,
Jerry
he won the
Buss
chip.
died.
Hold on. He won the chip.
Jerry Buss died. Cliff,
the
am I
first
lying?
year, hold up. Did he win the chip in the first year or the second year?
Second year.
Haven't been right since Jerry
Buss
died,
they missed the playoffs.
bro.
What? The first year,
first year they missed the playoffs.
Okay. The second year they won the bubble chip.
Right.
The third year they missed the playoffs, and they look like they're about to miss the playoffs again.
Were they in the playoffs the year before LeBron got there?
I'm not sure.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
But
that was okay. They were young.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. No, it wasn't okay.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't okay when Kobe was there. She wasn't okay. It was what it was.
Yeah.
Right. And since
you gotta
then,
build. I'm okay with a team building. I'm not okay with you taking all your assets, throwing them away for one chip in 5 years. That's asinine.
Yeah.
How many chips did they win in 5 years prior to LeBron getting there?
Listen, and especially we talk about the Lakers. We're not talking about another franchise.
Exactly. We're talking about the Lakers.
Right. We're talking about the Lakers.
You know
how many chips did the Lakers win? How many chips did the Lakers win the 5 years prior to LeBron getting there?
I mean, zero.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he's on it. LeBron comes on the team, he win a chip.
No, see, I don't like that argument because he ain't come on the team. They won the chip 2 years later during the bubble when a lot of guys weren't invested in playing.
Bro,
you got straight teams that was like, yo, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to play. I'm ready to leave.
They should have.
And look, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm happy the Lakers won the chip, but I also know they gave away the future of the franchise.
They did.
Listening to him and let him play GM. They gave everything away.
Listen, the Lakers
don't listen. And I will say this would not have happened if Magic would have stayed there, or if Kobe was alive. This would not have happened. Because Kobe would have been like, nah, that's not a good move. He's soft. We don't want to trade for him. All right. He can't shoot. We don't want to play. He ain't the one. This would not have happened.
Kobe was about to do some big things, man. I mean, he was.
They gave up too much. They gave up too much to get Anthony Davis, which is about to become Victor Wembanyama. And
Anthony Davis,
and whatever they had left, they gave up for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that man. So
let's keep it real. Let's say what it is.
But He wanted DeMar DeRozan though. Who
wanted DeMar DeRozan?
LeBron. They had him
No,
at
he
the table on the. Yeah, he
No, he
did.
didn't.
Pelinka wouldn't give him a 3-year deal.
No, he didn't want DeMar.
Yeah, he did.
LeBron wanted Russ.
No. Pelinka wouldn't give DeMar DeRozan a 3-year deal. That's what happened with DeMar DeRozan.
You think if LeBron didn't want, if pretty much everybody would love LeBron one on the team he got. So if he wanted DeMar DeRozan, I'm pretty sure he would have got DeMar DeRozan.
So it came down to a 2-year and a 3-year deal.
A 2 and a 3.
Come on, man.
Come on. I mean, listen. Russell Westbrook.
That don't even sound.
Russell Westbrook is making almost $50 million a year, dude.
Right.
Okay. When they got him, he had like $100 million on his contract.
Right.
So you couldn't give DeMar DeRozan 3 years.
That don't even sound right. What's that strain you got right now?
I got the Scottie Pippen.
And so we already know you got the Scottie Pippen. That makes
hold on. You got to listen. You got the no tipping Pippen.
No tipping.
You know Scottie Pippen was notorious because I worked in the club for a long time.
Yeah.
And I knew he was notorious.
Not tipping.
He was known for no tipping.
He was mad at that bad contract that he signed.
People from New York to Chicago to LA, they all tell you, he come into your spot, you ain't getting no tip.
No tipping Pippen.
No tipping.
You ain't even getting $5 on the drink.
That's because that contract was light.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't that light because I could short tip $5. I'm pretty sure all of us could pull out $5 in tip. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
So
he said
that
said who was the future of the franchise?
100% put them on it.
Ingram. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Of these jokers y'all talking about, who was the future of Lakers?
Hey, look, I would take a team right now that would be very competitive with Ingram, with
Kuzma, Lonzo,
Julius Randle.
Yeah,
that would be a nice team.
That's a competitive team.
Yeah.
That team right now would be better than the team they got right now.
Yeah, 100%.
When they win a chip, let me know.
Well, we'll never know.
Exactly, we'll never know.
I'm saying with any of them, when any of them execute to a chip, let me know. Because
Ingram, man, and
Ingram gonna win a chip in the next
Pelicans. Yeah, New Orleans.
When you get Victor, courtesy of LeBron.
I'm telling you, man.
Just blew my argument right out the water.
Listen. With the healthy
Zion, Ingram, Wemben.
Come on, man.
Wembanyama and McCollum.
Oh, they can win it this year. Zion.
See, that's what I'm saying. With Victor right now, it's not fair. It's not fair, bro.
And that's what we gave up for
at 17, 18. He's 7'4".
Yep. And we gave that up for a bubble chip.
He's only gonna get bigger. He's only gonna expand. And man, he's gonna be completely unstoppable. It's gonna be like the Harlem Globetrotters, bro.
Yeah, it's
go
gonna be
on
scary
the
to
post,
watch
you
him.
throw it up high, he puts it in the bucket. Think about that.
You talking about the kid that's in college that's coming out next year?
Bro,
that's over in France.
Yeah. I heard about him.
Go on the post.
Yeah.
I give it to you on the post. You just put it in. Who's gonna stop it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It ain't even there's no jump. There's no move he's got to make. Yeah, catch the ball up high. Nobody can. You can throw it higher than anybody can jump. Nobody's jumping that high.
You can't stop his 3-point shot.
You can't stop his 3-point shot. He would never shoot a 3-pointer. There'd be no need to.
Yeah.
What's the need?
He can shoot a 3-point when he don't want to run all the way down to the post. That's how nice his game is.
He could break you off the dribble.
Right, and just pull up from 3 at 7'4".
So I guess we're gonna have a lot of teams. I guess we're gonna have a lot of teams tanking, huh?
They starting already.
They starting.
No, I
Maybe the Lakers.
I,
Maybe
man,
that's the Lakers is doing. They tanking.
I really think
You
that
know?
I really think it's gonna be a situation where every game we watch this guy play, like the first few games is gonna be all right with it, but after a while it's not gonna be fun to watch.
Listen, let me tell you something.
That dude
If
is
somehow the Lakers tank and get this kid, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna
New
lose my
Orleans
mind.
has their pick.
his defense, brother.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Wow.
New Orleans has their pick, so they can't
Wow.
even tank.
Wow.
Now you understand why I'm angry, Neville. I'm angry.
Wow. I now I see. Wow.
It's gonna be like when Wilt came in the league, yo.
Man, wow.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
It's worse than Wilt.
Sometimes, listen. Sometimes
how tall was Wilt? 6'11", 7 feet.
Who?
Wilt.
What was like 7'1"?
Yeah,
7'1", 7'2".
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. One of the most imposing figures I've ever met. Met him at JFK when I was working for you when TWA was around. I used to work, had a little part-time gig at TWA. So I go in there and like somebody asked for autographs and he's not really, but then I start talking to him. He's like, he said, young blood, here you go. He gave me his autograph and he shook my hand. When I say this guy's over in the 60s, this is maybe right before he passed away too. Like his hands, he shook my hand. It was like my hand, both of my hands together. Shook it. And my hand just disappeared in his hand. It was like, I was like, when I felt his handshake and the power that this guy had, I saw exactly what everybody was talking about as far as him being the most dominant player that ever played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that dude, they said he was shutting cats down in the 80s.
Yeah.
In the gyms.
Yeah. Yep.
Bro,
he was a big dude.
Playing pickup.
Imposing. He was athletic.
Yep.
And this kid has all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, he was wasn't he like an all
like a long jumper or a high jumper?
He was a volleyball player.
Volleyball too. Yeah, he was really good at volleyball. Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
He was like him.
Was a hell of an athlete.
Him, and also Jim Brown.
Jim Brown, yeah.
They said Jim Brown was one of the best lacrosse players that ever played lacrosse.
No, he's the best ever. But check this out, y'all.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Yeah.
I want y'all to watch. Look at him shake Shaq's hand.
Yeah.
Watch him shake Shaq's hand.
Yeah.
This is old Will Chamberlain.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, when he shook my hand, it was unlike anything I've ever felt in my life.
Bro, he didn't aggressively shake Shaq's hand. He just firmly.
Yeah, that's the firm. How you doing, young blood?
Yeah, how you doing, young blood?
Yeah.
And Shaq's whole body. Shaq is the biggest. Shaq is the biggest person I've ever stood next to.
Yeah.
I know Shaq. I'm shaking his hand. Shaq's hand is like, dude is like,
yep,
he's crazy. So to see Will Chamberlain with that much authority.
That's that straight. Listen, that's that straight old man strength, like that old back in the day strength. Like cats used to, when it like cats, you see cats pops and they in the backyard, they splitting logs and you see their hand and their hands look like their hands are all their fingers is like this big, this fat.
Foundry.
Working like hands are still.
What's about lift the motor?
You know who got hands like that?
Tootloop.
No, you know who got. Listen. You know who got the iron hands? I used to always mess with them.
Lift the motor. Made about 38 cents an hour. See, that was big money them days.
Yo, dude.
My bad. I'm sorry, Devil. What is it?
You know who had hands like that? The hands I used to call them the hands of stone. Raw. You know House.
House, yeah.
Yeah, House.
Dude. Oh yeah.
Dude.
Big house.
They got Rob. Yo, House.
Yeah.
His hands is.
Yeah.
It's
man.
bricks.
Yeah, yo,
Like,
Jim Brown's hands.
yes.
He got like mini boulders on his
Yeah.
wrist.
Yeah.
It's just boulders. It's like I shook his hand.
Yeah.
It was like had a little baby hand.
Yeah, listen, and I met Jim Brown in Miami. I met Jim Brown in Miami too. So like, you seen these guys do the Super Bowl in '98, and I met and I seen Jim Brown. I said, this guy, like, I don't think he had he fed on him. He was straight.
Yeah, cut, solid, just
solid. I mean,
and never they didn't lift weights. You know,
nah.
It's just natural.
A lot of these dudes were working in PC Richards in the off season.
Right. Lifting heavy ass TV.
Derrick Henry,
lifting them 300-pound TVs, the big box, the big back TVs.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry run for 240 something the other day.
Yeah.
What was that? How much he run for?
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
Derrick Henry.
220.
220.
Yeah.
That boy's a bad boy.
Man, robot.
Bad man right there, man. Bad man.
Yo, your man Shannon Sharp referenced that on Undisputed. He Tula.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's hilarious. Yeah, he was talking about somebody. He said, "Work at the foundry, lifting motors." He hollered. He said, "Herschel Walker, all calisthenics."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't lift a weight. He didn't lift. Mike didn't lift a weight either. Tyson didn't lift a weight.
Right.
He all 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 sit-ups, pull-up. I mean, that's how he worked out. His body was just. There's something different about.
There's something different about Herschel Walker.
Oh, this guy. They said he used to do like 5,000 sit-ups. I mean, his stomach was like a brick. Like he was like
2,000 push-ups a day.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Yeah, some crazy, you know.
Yeah. But it's just, genetically, like, they just, when you're big like that, like Jim Brown is just big like that. Mike Tyson is big like that.
Yeah.
Big like that. You know
Yo,
what I mean?
listen. Mike was in a group home with my brother back in the day, up north. When Mike was up in upstate, my brother was upstate in the group home, and they used to. Mike was a man back then. Mike was a man amongst boys, man.
Man child.
He was a man child. Big old, big neck. You know what I'm saying? Yo, give me your Playboys. You get your Playboys. You know how it was back in them days? Like they cats would run up on you like, yo, no gun, none of that. He just gripped you up like by your neck. Like, yo, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me the Playboy.
That's how dads used to run around. Like my brother, like all them dudes used to run around like that. Then back in the days, man, that was just like.
All I know is the first time I went over, we used to call it going over. We lived in Jersey.
Yeah.
And you go to the city, they call it going over. It's the first time I went over without my parents.
Yeah.
My cousin snuck me to the fun house. And the security out there were like the biggest dudes I ever saw in my life, dude. These niggas had necks like this. Niggas was like, the Bugs Bunny when they had the dude was like all up here. These niggas was like dudes like that. So we in the joint. My cousin's friend held this girl's coat. The girl gets her coat back, claims the dude stole $200 from her. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. I'm like 15 years old, 14, 15, something like that. We get outside. I'm lost. I look up. This other big dude had money by the neck, like just it was just punching him in the face over and over again. I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. But that was New York in the 80s.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if you was there that night with me, at Roseland. There was the night. It was like we was all out there that night. I would think it was me, Casper, all of us. Like, you know, big John, Dominican John, all of us. We stand in the front, and you remember how Roseland, you know, the spots used to be packed out in the front. Everybody try to get in, and dude came through and try to push up on one of the bouncers, like on some real, you know, tough guy. And you know, back in them days, there was no rules with, like, when it came to like don't cats will bounce you out. They would like literally knock you out right in front of the club. No problem.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's a liability. You can't have that.
Tell you a lot of talking going on right these days.
Yeah, you can't have that right now.
Yeah.
This dude came up, and he was a kind of big guy. He came up on him on a bouncer. So he got up in the bouncer's face. Bouncer just was like, bang! And like, I mean, like literally, like you can just, it just hit the ground. Like, I mean, it's just the things that we used to see back in those days, and like it's like things that you would not see now.
Well, it's different now. Now they just shoot.
They just shoot.
Yeah. But it's also liabilities now. The clubs.
Yeah.
When I got in the security game years ago, it was the house will pay you. And then it went from the house paying you
to the promoter paying
to to the security. You had to get a security
firm
company, right? Because they were insured, like because they didn't want the liabilities anymore. After the dude, what's the name? The dude Little John.
Who?
When he took that girl and wrapped up and killed her and wrapped up over there, and I think they found her by Snake Road over there, in a carpet wrapped up. You know, that's when the game in the New York City changed. Like the club game for bouncers and security in the city, it changed after that. You had to have a license. It was like, because you know a lot of cats used to come from up north and come home and get a security job.
Yep.
Once that happened.
Yeah, I do remember that. It was the security.
Fingerprints, all of that.
Security. What club was that?
Fingerprints, yeah.
That club was over on the west side. The club that happened that when the security guard snatched up the girl. What you're talking about?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the spot.
I remember that happening.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
So
that changed the whole security game in New York City, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, we did talk about the baseball, the World Series. I don't know if you want to add on right fast before we close out.
World Series, man. You know, I'm a disgruntled Yankee fan right now. I was like, it's just like to see the World Series and it's tied 1-1. I don't know what this. I don't know if the game is another game tonight.
Yeah, they're playing.
So they're playing it right now. Let's see, because they're in Philly now.
Philly up 4-0.
Wow.
Philly's up 4-0.
What inning?
Fifth inning.
Fifth. Yeah, top of the fifth. Wow. Okay. Tied 1-1. So
yeah,
they're home now. They're in Philly, so
they get comfortable.
I don't know. Philly went through a run, man. They wasn't supposed to listen. Philly wasn't supposed to be here.
Nah. They were the last team to qualify.
Out of all the teams, they were the bottom team. They're coming in the playoffs. They were the lowest ranked team.
Well, I'm sure glad that Philly's in the World Series because you could see the Aubrey album on the billboard out at Philly Stadium. Big shout out to Media Famous. No doubt. Yeah, so make sure you look out for that. The Aubrey album, and go stream that, go buy that. The Aubrey album by Hakim Green, produced by Ron Lawrence. We got Carl
real hip hop, man.
Yeah,
taking back to the essence, man.
Got KRS-One, CeeLo Green, Freeway, Carl Thomas, Malik Youssef, G.
You know how I feel about that.
Tudor Kelly. Huh?
You know how I feel about that CeeLo Green cut in Freeway.
Yeah, man. Hey,
you know how I feel about that, man.
Did you see the real hip hop for the people video?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it yet.
Hold on one second. We're gonna fix that situation right now.
Okay. Hold on, and not to get back to that, but did you guys see that Busta Rhymes, Conway, and Kane video?
No, actually no.
Oh, son, I'm surprised I couldn't see that. They used the beat, that Bismarck beat, that when he introduced Kane.
Yeah. I just, just for the record,
Yeah.
I noticed there's a movement for New York to sound more like New York.
Yeah, but yep.
And I just wanted for the record, because you've been following along for me for the last few years.
Yeah.
You know who was the first to be on that New York shit, right? Just for the record.
Yeah, I remember.
I just
I remember.
I'm very.
You was definitely putting it out there
when everybody was doing down south.
Yeah,
I was like, we need to maintain and do New York.
Yeah,
right.
You was definitely saying, and I'm here to continue. I'm here to say you were saying it.
Thank you, brother.
People.
You gotta.
24 hours of peace, love, unity, safely having fun. Real hip hop for the people is an engagement. It's a demonstration. Using hip hop culture to keep you activated. Let the people hear the bass, the vibration, the love, peace, unity, and watch them add on. It's a culture. It's not just rapping. It's not what we do. It's how we do it. We're doing it right here, Springfield Avenue, between Bergen and Plum. 24 hours straight, man. It's crazy.
We the people. The people of the culture.
Yeah, Ron Lawrence. Fire.
The hip hop culture.
Yo, we love rap.
Yes,
love
we
it. Yeah, we do. But it's really about the culture.
Yeah, let them know how.
The culture.
Yeah. What up, man?
You know a hard head makes it soft behind. If I only knew my schoolwork like I knew them rhymes. Mom upside my head, I'm trying to memorize every line. High power rap breaks, super rhymes. Deep into the culture, didn't even know it. Young entrepreneurs spitting bars like a poet in a rush to be mature behind bars when we blow it. In the bold ass rappers too immature to outgrow it. It was more than just music, something next to breathing. I get giddy like a baby trying to spit while I'm teething. The mic got me squeezing, dropping facts like I'm teaching. Leaking flows for the perfect beat seeking. Mama used to say, take your time, young man. But I'm trying to feel a light so you can see it when I tan. I'm like one I never ran, I'm a fan but never stand. Just take it backwards to the east, X and out the clan.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Pueblo Unido, grassroots Steve Biko. Rule number one, never forget the people. I live that, I get back. Caught all in it, no gimmick, straight facts. From the start, I'm the light from the dark. Born from black art, knew my part. Daddy gave me, mama made me. North raised me, hip hop saved me. For the culture now, for the black and brown. Harriet Underground, sun up to sundown. Till my people get out, north to down south, spread like word of mouth. While you cowards is hooded, we battle the bullet. Black lives to the fullest. Out here to the end, stronger together, that's the day we win.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
Yeah.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
The legends before me are ones I want to get it like, but hitting quick hit different when hitting right. Mob ties, this thing of ours is birthrights. Who's next for the culture and them searchlights? Do it to it, this music, I'm trying to talk through it. Every plan on my own, I watched the line do it. Airborne to Skiki, like a Wendell Pruitt. Trumpets blow, this song's here, melodic ruins. Think forward before they have to think for 'em. Boom bap, I talk that and live enormous. Informers when present and your boy performing, especially when them drums snap by Brian Lawrence. Do it all, that poet talking a line crosser. Nitty hawk and eyes be by your flying saucers. Make it worth it, I can't take no feeble offers. Signed, sealed, and delivered, and you know the offer.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are. Hip hop people.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, Hawk. Yeah, Hawk.
Dope.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Oh
Thank you,
man.
thank you, thank
Love
you.
it. Love it.
Good
Love
stuff.
it.
Good stuff.
Thank you,
And then
thank
when
you,
you guys do it all, come on the suit. I mean, like grown up right there. We grown up. Hip hop is grown up, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Hip
yeah,
hop is
yeah.
grown. Hip hop is grown, son.
Yeah, bro. And that's like, with all the negativity happening in the world, with all the other images that are being pushed on us, we just try to provide something different, something fresh, something new, just a different option. It's a different form, that needs to be exposed more. If it's out there,
But
people
the
with that
crazy
message,
thing is,
people saying it's
but the
out
crazy
there.
thing is, Hawk, but the crazy thing is, this is what we came up on, though.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Kid and Play.
Yeah.
De La.
Yeah. Tribe.
Come on, man.
The
Run
whole
DMC.
native tongue. Run DMC.
The Fat Boys, Houdini. We came up. It was all about fun.
Yeah.
Positive, love.
Yeah.
Hip hop was never about that. Hip hop was never about that nonsense they talk about now.
Now it's about hate.
By the way, R.I.P.
Takeoff.
To Takeoff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not a big the big whole that mumble rap type stuff, but like Migos definitely was. And the crazy thing is, Migos, from what I'm hearing, Migos was the only modern day group out right now.
Yeah.
There's not another modern day hip hop group but the Migos.
No.
They're the only hip hop, like modern day hip hop group.
Yeah, they do.
Because everybody else is solo.
Incredibly huge numbers. This is a huge loss to
it is
hip hop, entertainment industry, music industry.
Big.
Like the Migos means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And just to have this happen, we talked about it earlier. It's just it's unfortunate. You're speechless. It's not enough to say. Not enough you can say. Like, what can you say?
And the crazy thing is, like, I never heard anything negative, or I never heard anything like it was never. They were never those type of guys that you were like, oh man, like when Dolph died and when them other dudes, the what's the name, the other King Von. I mean, these guys were beefing with cats in the streets, gang stuff, all that. So when they went down, it wasn't like you weren't like shocked.
Yeah.
But this is like a guy that this group, you never heard anything like they were promoting violence. They wasn't promoting that. They were just having fun and doing what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for what
their music is,
it
was just more melodic.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I didn't really get that the feeling I hear when I hear drill.
Right.
It's like really dark. Drill is like really dark. Like
I will say this.
Would the Migos be considered trap?
Yeah, they were trap.
Yeah,
they were trap. So it was definitely the message. The overall message was about that business.
Yeah, okay. it was about that life.
They selling birds, they popping off that. They got a lot of that going on.
But it was happier than drill. But
it wasn't dark. Like
that last song was straightening.
Yeah. Like it's it's an energy.
Yeah.
It really is an energy.
Yeah.
And it's the way people move. We call it how you move.
Yeah.
And when everybody's strapped, everybody's drinking. When
money's around,
egos flare up.
Mm-hmm.
People we've seen it a million times with dice games where they can go wrong.
Yeah,
I mean it's just it's
and then you also talking about Texas. Everybody got a gun in Texas.
Right, where
everybody's got a gun in Texas.
Same thing like Florida. It's like everybody got a gun.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's got a gun.
Yep. I got one right now.
I got more than one. But I don't. That's not about me because I don't feel the need to roll around with a weapon. I just don't.
Yeah.
If
not
my first instinct is to put if I gotta get to the car, leave.
Exactly.
And I just the whole idea of I'm gonna stop, draw, get down on the knee. I'm not doing it. All that right there, I could have been leaving.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, like the that thing is the last for me last recourse. Like that's
Yeah.
like
That's
and
like
I don't
that's
put
like
myself
somebody
in those
coming into your crib,
environments where
huh?
I need to.
Yeah, that's like somebody coming to your crib in the middle of the night.
Oh, you get it.
Yeah.
you get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's not a dare. By all
Yeah.
means, I'm not
Yeah.
with that life. I'm not about
Yeah.
that life.
Yeah.
But I protect what's mine.
You're gonna protect your family. You're gonna protect your home.
As
your
well
family.
you should.
Yeah. As every man should.
Right.
You know?
But you know, to be riding around, I just don't put myself in those environments where I feel like I gotta be like that. If I gotta be like that, then I don't need to be there.
But that's not even who you are, who we are. Like that's just was never who we were. Even though we might have known dudes that were like that, when you're dudes like that. It was they were over there, you see them, what's going on, bro? And I keep it moving.
Yeah, but it's glorified being like that now, and that's all.
Yeah.
That's why these young cats are living like that. You know?
And the crazy thing is, when we was growing up, that wasn't glorified.
No.
Yeah. Well,
there's no respect for human life.
You know, like so, like there's an image that these young folks aspire to be, which our generation helped craft, right?
Yeah.
But it's the Scarface mentality. It's the Tony Montana. It's the exuberant wealth. It's the way they move. It's gangster. The whole. It's just everybody's that thing. Everybody's living the life. Everybody's, even if you're not, your appearance, the way you move, it's gangster. It's gang. That's the whole energy with everybody. And it was like, joking around, but serious. The national anthem from 1997 to like 2001, probably. It's an adult show. Fuck bitches, get money. Fuck niggas, get money. That joint come on right now. I'll party to it. I'll party to it all the time.
No doubt.
That shit come on. Oh, you got the. But for 2 and 3 year olds and 4 year olds and 5 year olds who can't escape it, who hear it out of cars and hear it on the radio and hear it on now it's everybody's got a phone, so they're being inundated with these messages that just constantly tell them they're not worth anything, and I'm not worth anything. You're not worth anything. I'm worth more than you based on what I buy.
Yeah,
I'll take your or you, like the whole PNB Rock situation.
Yeah,
like his life was worth more than the chain he had on.
Yeah,
and for somebody to be so of low mentality to target him based on his chain.
Yeah,
that's where we at.
Yeah,
that's sad. That's a sad. That's not just like isolated incidences.
Yeah,
this is like a thing. In certain places you go around the country where
it's a thing.
They're looking for people to come up on.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. I mean, LA. First of all, LA is like honestly, if I'm a rapper, I'm not going to LA. I'm going to LA in and out if I got business. No hanging out.
That's right.
None of that. In and out.
With security.
With security. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I mean, it's become to the point where it's so dangerous and they just looking for, they're just looking for people to get. I mean, it's like, but you have to understand as well. It's like if you're a rapper and you walking around with a lot of this and a lot of that on and you're going to LA, you out of your mind. You're asking for something. I mean, even if you ever noticed, LA artists don't even walk around LA with jewels on.
No.
Right.
You won't see Ice-T. You won't see Ice Cube. You won't see Dr. Dre. You won't see Kendrick Lamar. You won't see any of those guys. You don't even see Snoop. Nobody's wearing jewels, man.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah. That's the world we live in. But
nobody wearing jewels.
I know that the takeoff situation is far different from what happened in LA.
Oh yeah,
and that's a situation all unto itself. But ultimately, rest in peace to Takeoff, and our condolences to his family. and
Yeah.
you know, anyone connected to that loss,
It's
you know,
it's extremely sad, man. I mean, I woke up with that. I was talking to my partner when I was on my way to work this morning. I was talking to my boy Sean in England. So he was like, "Yo, did you hear about the takeoff cat, Migos?" He was like, "Nah," he said he got killed. I'm like, "Wow." I mean, because it's almost like every couple of weeks you're hearing about a rapper being killed.
Yep.
Like when Biggie and them Pac and them they died, it was like, you know, you had a couple, but this is becoming like a thing. Like every couple of weeks, it's somebody dying, somebody getting killed.
It's something to be said with about words,
Yeah,
about vibrations of
energy, man. Yeah,
energy, and
energy, man.
what you're doing with your music, Hakeem, is so important. I hope
Yeah.
more start to do it. And those who were doing it and lost their way get back to it, because we're truly Black Death is being marketed. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
the killing of black males, young black males, young wealthy black males.
yeah,
You know, is being
yeah,
marketed.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, those who can really make change in their families and their communities, and it has to stop. It needs to stop, man.
yeah. Really does.
I don't know where to start. I mean, well, I do know where to start.
24 hours apiece, brother.
Yeah.
24 hours apiece.
24
You're
hours
doing it,
apiece.
and and Hakeem, you're doing your part.
Exactly.
You're doing your part. So like you know, like whatever you can do, if that 24 hours a piece saving one or two lives is worth it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's real.
If it's stopping the next cat on Broad Street from pulling out, or somebody on 18th Ave from pulling out, worth it.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
That's real.
And I see the love you get from your hood, from Newark, from East Orange. I've been there. I've seen you there. I've seen the way people love. I see the way they love you there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
So,
just,
you know,
it's home. It's home.
That's home. I see
home.
you don't gotta walk around worried about nothing.
Take it on the road. 24 hours
because you got this around you. You got this. This is. It's all about what you. That's why I tell people it's a lot about what you. Your energy, like you said, the vibrations, the energy, all of that. It's your thought process. It's the things you're putting out. It's you know, it's a lot of times, you know.
It's oh yeah. It's also so I remember we was in the 8th grade, I think. And we met this little youngin. Remember that? When we was in the 8th grade, Cliff? And we met this chick. It was Easter, and she lived down in McCarter Highway Projects.
Wow,
me, you, and Hassan took the bus down there.
Oh man!
Right. So yeah, this is 84 maybe? No, it's 83. It's like 83.
Wow.
So we go down there and we meet up with the girl, and you know, we talk for a little bit. Her friend walked up and said, whatever her name was, Jimmy just got out. Did you see him?
Oh my God.
Let me guess, Hawk. That was a boyfriend.
Man, we was on the next bus up out of there. Pew!
Got out from where? Oh yeah.
Listen,
you gotta know when to move around.
Listen, Hawk, you remember back then.
This ain't the right place to be. I'm out.
Hey, Hawk, you remember back then? It's just areas you ain't supposed to be in if you ain't from there. Those times you couldn't really go into anywhere if you wasn't from there. Whether it's New York, Jersey, wherever. You could not just go into a neighborhood. You couldn't go into somebody's projects. You couldn't go into somebody's block if you're not from there. No. Especially not going to see somebody's girl.
Right.
Or seeing a girl, the prettiest girl in the PJs or the block.
Nah, not happening. No. Mm-mm. You got how they say you got to check in.
Yes, sir.
And you got to check out.
You got to sneak in.
You got to get out.
Sneak in,
Sneak
sneak in,
in and
sneak
get
out.
out.
Hey, get out.
Sneak in and get out.
Hey, in fact, Hot, speaking of North, 2 cops today were shot.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think I heard about that. I seen that pop up.
Somebody
Phillies is
feel-
upset. By the way, Phillies is up 7-0.
Oh my!
Phillies are going to win this World Series.
Wow.
The Phillies are going to win this World Series.
And if you happen to be in Philly, make sure you look out for that Aubrey album on the.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
It's all related. It's all
available
related.
on all streaming platforms, courtesy of Madism Inc. Also, the home of Madism Sports, Madism TV, all the Madism programming.
Chicago's about to take out Brooklyn.
Yeah, man, it don't look good in Brooklyn, man. I think they worse off. They worse off
106
than
to
Lakers.
97.
Yeah, this
106 to 97.
I just want to I want to hit a press conference. This is going to be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to digest the next few days.
They're gonna ask Kyrie about Moses. in the 5 books of Moses, and
Better be listen. All I can say, he better be ready.
Yeah.
They're about to
He
throw.
better be ready.
They're gonna ask him something tonight. You know that.
Oh, he better be ready. You know, New York media, they gonna be on him. They gonna be asking him questions.
Man,
and how he answers these questions tonight is gonna go a long way towards what's gonna happen for the rest of this season. I think.
well, I mean, see, here's the thing though, because they don't really want the conversation.
No, they don't. They don't.
They don't want the conversation. It's best to leave it alone, because you don't. If you go there, everybody's watching and everybody got answers. I'm not saying they're all the right answers. I'm just saying,
but see, the thing is, the conversation. Yeah, they may not want to hear the conversation from somebody that's really enlightened about what they're talking about.
No, but that's
what I mean?
But once the door is open, that's what it's open to. You don't want to do that. Close that door. Close that door. Let's move on. Kyrie, don't do that no more.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be interesting tonight, fellas.
Yeah, we'll see. But we wrap this up, gentlemen. It's been a great one. We almost had 3 hours, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was a good one.
It's always a pleasure being on Madism TV Sports. You know,
Yes,
my
sir,
brothers
yes, sir.
over here. You know,
Yeah, Neville.
Yes, sir.
the doctor, Big Cliff.
Yeah,
and my bro Hakim.
You know what it is.
Hakim back in the day when we was dancing with flat tops on.
Woo. Cliff saw it happen. Cliff saw it happen in real time.
Oh,
You
yeah.
understand? Me and Cliff go back to the 7th grade?
7th grade.
7th grade.
6th grade, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Big shout out to the Hart Middle School Complex, East Orange, New Jersey.
Yeah, we were the kid and play back then.
Hey, Cliff was a good. we hit the Volcanique in 80, Volcanique in 85, right there in Kearney. We hit that, and then we used to go to Heartthrobs. Yeah, and then I met Neville shortly after at the Red Zone.
No, it's Studio 54.
It's Studio 54. Excuse me, Studio 54.
Studio 54, man.
And it's it's
been history.
55.
And listen, and it's been a history ever since.
Mm-hmm.
History ever since. I tell people I wouldn't trade my peoples for nothing.
Yeah, we had
for no amount of money.
We had a great
run. My experience in my life, all the people I met, you know what I'm saying? From the Hakims to the Casters to the Peter Pauls to the Stretch.
We had a great era. A great era.
I mean, to just, you know what I'm saying? Omar Lopez, all my brothers, dancers, everybody I surrounded myself with. Basil, my big brother Basil, DJ Clark Kent,
Rest in
all
peace,
these
Voodoo
cats.
Ray.
You know what I'm saying?
Voodoo Ray, yeah.
Voodoo Ray,
Voodoo Ray,
brother Voodoo Ray, man. Like, I mean, I just remember being out with Voodoo Ray, man. Just going to the world, man. You walking the streets, man.
Walking the streets.
Voodoo
Ray, Ejo, Khalif,
all of us.
Stretch.
taking
run around.
Listen, taking flex home. I remember, like, I used to drop. You remember, I was one of the few guys that used to have a car back in the day. So I was always taking everybody home. Whether it was flex, whether it was dreads,
flex the comedian,
flex the comedian, whether it was dreads,
Black Sheep,
whether it was picking up Q-Tip, Fife, Jerobi, all together, we going picking them up, taking them to the red zone
early,
because Tip lived right. He lived the closest for me, and then we would go get Fife up on 192 in Linden.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. Like, I mean, like, when you think about, like, the history and the dynamics and, you know, everybody around, Modi Love and everybody just being around, just like organically, friends, hanging, barbecues, backyard parties, the club, the
all
scene,
that shit. Hey,
you know, all of us.
But listen, it's 10 o'clock, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna wrap this up because we could be here another half hour reminiscing.
Oh yeah, we could be listen. We could be talking about this for the next 3 hours.
Pete Rock and CL's move in this joint.
Yeah.
Yo, salute, fellas.
Salute.
Salute.
Peace out. Have a good week. We'll do that next week.
Peace.
Yep.
All right.
Until next show.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, sir.